In this video, I'm gonna play 100 Days of Minecraft as a chef. With the help of some amazing mods for new biomes, crops, and cooking recipes, I'm gonna build up a little restaurant base and try to cook as many different new foods from these mods as possible. I can't wait to explore this world, so let's put on our chef's hat and get going. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go on this brand new adventure to become the best chef ever. But before we become the best chef that's ever lived in these Minecraft lands, we do have to play regular Minecraft, and I think this is some wild corn. Let's go. We will definitely end up needing that. And look at all these beautiful flowers. Wow, I'm definitely going to take some of these too. But I'm getting distracted. It has been a while since I've made it 100 days, so I'm super excited for this challenge. And here we've got some strawberries. But of course, just like any other Minecraft world, we have to start from the basics, which is punching a tree. Also, I'm using this sounds mod. It makes everything sound so crispy. Let's get our basic wooden pickaxe, and we'll craft a boat too. Ooh, and what are these little fruits? They are cherries. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. All right, let's hit this river and try to find a cute spot to live in. Oh, we've got some sugarcane. We're definitely gonna need that. Ooh, and right here we've got some wild onions. This biome's a little bit of a weird color. I definitely want something a little bit more vibrant for our base. Ooh, here's a little cave though where we can get some stone. Ooh, and some coal. Okay, let's grab that first. You know, actually, I think I'm just going to take this coal and bounce because we really need to find some sheep before night comes so we can get a bed. Oh, here's a bunch of animals. Maybe we can find some sheep. That was mutton. Oh no, all of the mutton and all the wool. The wolves are killing all the sheep. No. Wait, there must have been so many sheep here just a few minutes ago, but now they're all dead. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's another beige wool. Yeah, okay, so we can make a beige bed. Let's get that crafted. Oh, that's kind of cute. I mean, it's not my favorite. It kind of looks like this biome a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and keep searching for a place to live. And while we do that, why don't I tell you about my goals for the series? Normally when I do these videos, I have big goals like defeating the Ender Dragon or doing an ominous trial chamber, but in this video, I want to keep it as cozy as possible. So for this video, I've decided on a few things that are kind of low pressure, but still give us plenty to do. I want to collect as many of the new crops as I can. I want to build up a cute restaurant themed base, and I want to cook as many of the new modded food recipes as possible. And so far we're doing pretty good because this whole time that we've been talking, I've been picking up some new seeds. Ooh, in this village they have a Farmer's Delight building. We'll definitely get a bunch of new seeds from there. I don't plan on doing anything with villagers this time, but I'm just going to trap them just in case so they don't die. And here we are at the Farmer's Delight building. There's going to be so much loot here. Sometimes you can get pretty lucky with these little cabinets, but right now it doesn't look like we're getting that lucky. Ooh, we've got a potato crate right here, and it looks like a cabbage crate right there too. And there's also a tomato one, so wherever we get settled down, we'll have to plant all of these seeds. And because I'm getting a little bit hungry, I am going to eat this chocolate pie, and I think I'm going to eat the honey glazed ham too. Oh, I think I broke it. The other thing we definitely want to grab from here is the stove and the cooking pot from Farmer's Delight, just because those will be invaluable tools in setting up our early game kitchen. I think it's finally time we grab some stone so we can make a couple of stone tools, and then we'll see what the rest of this village has to offer. And right away we found a building with a sawmill. That's amazing. I want to eat a bunch of the modded foods, but I've got to take all these hay bales too because I'm going to be hungry before I start my kitchen. Ooh, we've got a bunch more crops. This is like the perfect farming village actually. This village has a blacksmith too. Oh my goodness. And we've got some armor and some bread and some iron pickaxes. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. We just crafted this stone pickaxe, but I think I'm just going to leave it behind because we don't even need it. And you know what? I think it's time for bed. Okay, now that we had a very successful day one, we've got a full inventory of crops and we've got some armor and some basic tool upgrades. I think we should go find somewhere to live. I think we should head to the top of this meadow here and see if we can find anywhere cute from up there. Wait, that's a spruce tree right there. My inventory is completely full though, so we'll have to come back for that. But let's go check out this area down here. It's kind of flat down there. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. Oh, there's a puppy out here. Wait, I have one bone. Do you like bones? Oh my gosh, yes, we got a dog. Let's go. Oh wait, across the river over there, I feel like that is a way better spot than the one over here. I'm gonna go over there and start setting up. So let's go ahead and pop our crafting table down, and then we'll go ahead and make some chests as well because we're gonna need to store all these items. And we'll go ahead and pop down our stoves and our cooking pot as well so we can start cooking ASAP. I really need to empty my inventory, so let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna put down this sign I stole from the village. So coming soon, Froggy's Restaurant. Next up, let's go ahead and make some bread out of our hay bales. And I want to head back over to that meadow biome to grab that spruce wood. And once we have some spruce saplings, I want to go ahead and explore around a little bit and just see what other biomes and crops we can find. We can always harvest our wood the old-fashioned way, just like you would in any other Minecraft world, but in this Minecraft world, I have added a mod for tree harvesting. So if we come over here and we crouch while we use our axe, it'll take a little bit longer, but it'll break the whole tree at once. And it has fast leaf decay, and it'll even replant the saplings for you. I'm gonna mine up all this coal as well while we're here, because maybe we'll find a cave and we'll be able to start gearing up. For all of our kitchen supplies, we're gonna need iron and copper and stuff, so we're gonna have to go into the caves at some point. And I guess that's just how things go in a brand new Minecraft world. You gotta find a place to live, get some food, and gear up. Oh, and of course, get spruce saplings. Can't forget those. But now that we have those spruce saplings, I think it's time to hit the river and do a little bit of exploration. I will plant these first though, and maybe get rid of this big tree up here. Oh yeah, that is so satisfying when it all falls down. Oh, there's a little raccoon right there. Okay, we definitely have to get one of those as a pet if we can. But for now, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and explore this forest a little bit. This is a swamp oak tree. So what does this look like? Why didn't that break? Oh, there we go. Okay, that was a little bit weird. Wait, and all the leaves are dropping. I expected saplings, but apparently it's just leaves. Ooh, and this is an aspen tree. So let's go ahead and take some of that. That is really pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful snapdragon. We're gonna take that, and we'll also take these gardenias too. Ooh, not even that far away from our base, I found some dark oak, so of course we're gonna stay here and grab some of these saplings if this tree would ever chop down. There we go. Oh, that's an azalea tree. That means there's a lush cave underneath us. Wait, that could actually be clutch. Ooh, and right here we've got a big cave opening. I'm gonna go down into there because there is a skeleton chasing me. Oh yeah, there's a lush cave. But first we need to kill this skeleton, and we got a hat pack, which is awesome, and we've got some more mobs coming up to fight us. Hey bro, I'm just here to get some... Oh, my axe broke? Okay, so we're gonna have to fight him by hand and maybe kill him that way. Of course, he called for backup. That's wild. That's wild. Wait, that guy's got a chef hat on. He's not the chef. I can't believe the audacity, the nerve of this zombie to wear a chef hat. He is not even a real chef. I'm going to take that away from you because you are not the chef. I'm the chef. I'm the only chef here. Yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked. You are not a real chef. A real chef wouldn't have died like that. Can you believe this guy? Like, what the heck? While I'm down here, I'm going to grab a bunch of iron if I can, and maybe we can even find some diamonds or so. But I just definitely don't want to use stone tools forever. Now let's craft a furnace so we can start smelting up our iron. I did not think that iron was going to be the first thing that we were cooking, but you know, we got to start somewhere. And of course, there's just mobs in every single corner. Does that zombie have a pitchfork? Wait, that is so funny. I wonder if they can drop that. Wait, there's another one. What's going on? Wait, and this zombie has like a bottle with them, and they've got a bunch of different clothes on. This is like very weird. Is that a beer? Wait, this is epic. It's a Brewfest shirt. That's so cool. Anyways, let's get the rest of our armor crafted. So we needed a helmet and boots. And now we have a full iron set. I'm gonna make a sword because I need some string for a backpack. My inventory is getting pretty full, but I'm not gonna pass up on any free iron, but I think I'm gonna have to go empty it at some point. Whoa, look at this like lush lava lake. That's wild. Oh yeah, there's a ton to explore down here. And oh my gosh, even some diamonds over there. All right, let's head home and empty our inventory. And maybe we can make a backpack for when we come back down here. But I'm going to need to find some leather. Oh wow, it's like already daytime out here too. I didn't realize we were down there all night. Time to clean out this messy inventory. Let's clear some space here to plant down our dark oak saplings. Let's make an axe, and then there's all that clay down there in the lush cave. So you know what? Let's go ahead and also make a couple of shovels too. Okay, now our inventory is a little bit fixed up. We've got some food to cook down there. Let's head back over to that lush cave. Oh, this cow is cute, but I need leather, so unfortunately, I'm sorry. Oh, he dropped 2, and I think I saw another one. Yep, there he is. Hopefully he drops at least 2. Yep, he's got 2 more as well. Nice. Oh, there's that zombie with a backpack down there. What? I didn't even have to kill those cows. But the mobs that spawn with backpacks have potion effects, and they are very, very scary. So we've got to be smart about this. He's very, very fast, so I'm going to tower up because I'm a little bit scared. I don't know if he has strength or not. I'm very scared of them. Speed 4? What else did that say? Fire resistance, health boost, resistance, and absorption? Wow. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Luckily, he didn't have like strength 4 because I've been one-shot before by zombies that have backpacks. Oh, and this creeper? Get out of here. You're not part of this. All right, and we've got a bunch of loot in here. Not bad. Now we can finally grab those diamonds. Oh, and it's more than one too. Let's go. Honestly, it's always a good day when you find more than one diamond. I think I might go ahead and explore. Was that a spawner? Oh my gosh. Wait, there's a skeleton spawner like right above those diamonds. That is so cool. I just need them to go away, please. And we'll torch this up. And we've got a bunch of loot. And this chest is also full over here. Wow. All right, I'm going to craft up a second backpack here so we can put all of our loot in it. And then I've got another backpack on. So let's go ahead and fill that up with all this random stuff. I want to go ahead and start roasting up some of our mutton so we have some extra food down here in the caves because we're basically out of bread. After I collect this iron, I think I want to start collecting up some clay too because we are definitely going to be using some bricks for our house. I spent the rest of day 3 into day 4 collecting up a bunch of clay balls to smelt into bricks to use for our house and maybe even the restaurant too. After that, I explored the caves some more and found some more diamonds. I broke these weird pots on the ground that had some bombs in them, and then I used that bomb on a creeper. I kept on collecting diamonds, and I even found a big iron vein, so I mined up a ton of iron while I was down there in the caves. Even if we move up into diamond tools, iron will still be useful for other things like lanterns. And everywhere I looked, I kept finding more and more diamonds, so of course I kept mining up more and more diamonds. But eventually, both my backpacks and my inventory were completely full, so it was time to leave the caves and head back to the base. And speaking of the base, here's an overview of the area that we're going to be living in for the next 100 days. It's got a lot of river access and it's pretty flat, so I feel like we can really build up something cute here. Starting off day 5 pretty strong here by making some extra furnaces. I'm going to smelt up some charcoal for some more coal, and I'm going to smelt our clay balls into bricks. I think I'm going to start collecting some resources and clearing out some space for a starter house, and dark oak definitely seems like a good one to go with. Before we get into that though, let's go ahead and organize all of our stuff. So this will probably take me a little while. Let me go ahead and do this really quick. I want to use some of our extra iron to upgrade our backpack so we have more storage space on the go, because this will also be good for building. Oh, we can even make it into a gold backpack actually. The iron backpack is a double chest, so this one's even bigger than a double chest. Oh yeah. Now earlier I did mention I'm also going to be starting to clear out some space here, getting rid of all these trees and all the random bushes and stuff, because these modded biomes are nice, but there's a lot going on here and it's just too much, honestly. Like, did there need to be short grass on every single block? I don't know, but I'm gonna get rid of it. And if we want more later, we can always bone meal some back in because we have that skeleton spawner, so bone meal won't be an issue. I'm gonna grab some dirt from over here as well because I feel like I'm gonna have to smooth out where I'm gonna put the restaurant and our starter house and stuff, so I feel like this dirt won't be missed over here. I don't know where any of my weapons are, and I've just got a baby drowned on me, so I definitely think I'm gonna go to sleep after I kill him with my pickaxe. Why did that take so long? It's definitely bedtime. Okay, I forgot to start recording this morning, which is very embarrassing, but I started planting some crops and I crafted a diamond hoe today, so this is going well. And once we get these crops starting to come in, we're gonna start cooking up some of the modded food, and I'm so excited about this. So we'll just go ahead and plant some of our onions and our beetroot, strawberries, then we've got some carrots. We can't forget about our potatoes, of course. We've got some Farmer's Delight tomatoes, and we've got some Farm and Charm corn. And I don't know what these flax seeds are, but we've got those too. And then I think over here by the water, we'll just plant our few melon and pumpkin seeds just to have some coming in. Now, hopefully the recipes will take the onions from Farmer's Delight for the Farm and Charm or whatever, but we'll see later, I guess. I had almost 30 diamonds, but I did use some to craft a hoe, but I think let's go ahead and make an axe and a pickaxe too. I think next up I'm going to collect some more resources for our house. It doesn't need to be done by day 10, but I definitely don't want to spend 100 days on the house. And for that we're going to need a bunch of extra wood for chests and all sorts of stuff. And while I wait for the trees to grow back in, I'm going to keep clearing out more space. I mean, I feel like this is just what I do pretty much every night right now. Ooh, there's a creeper back there, so I think I'm going to go head to bed. It's already day 7, which I cannot believe we're a week into this already, but I figured it was finally time to talk about what I want to build for this video. Now, obviously I want to build a restaurant, but I think I also want a little starter house just for mostly storage, and then a big farm too. So I think we'll put our starter house over there. the restaurant here, and then the farm over here. And we can wind a pathway in through the center here. Now, one block I definitely know I want to use is this red bricks from BloomingNature. Now, these are just made with regular bricks and some red dye, and they make these beautiful red bricks. And I'll just craft up a couple of those so we can look at the other blocks together. Now, those are the red bricks with the aspen wood that we picked up, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to use that, but I definitely like the bricks. I think I'm going to pair the red bricks with some dark oak and some spruce, so we'll have a nice rustic look, but I still want to look for an alternative to the aspen too. I don't think I like the swamp oak enough to use that, but there is some birch in that forest, so maybe we could try that instead. Although the birch trees are looking a little bit weird, so I hope that this actually gives us some birch saplings. Can't a girl just get some wood without being attacked? Oh my gosh. While I've been collecting that birch, I've been seeing patches of mud on the ground, so I'm definitely going to pick up all of this for our pathways. I mean, this is just free. I don't even have to make this. And we'll definitely grab up this rooted and coarse dirt too, because I love to mix that in with the mud. I think it's time we start lighting up this area too, because there's going to be so many mobs spawning here if I'm not careful. And I kind of want to look at this cooking recipe for this potato soup, because we have potatoes and onions, and all it needs is a bowl. And bowls are something I can definitely craft. So I hope it works in the Farmer's Delight pot, even though it's a Farm and Charm recipe, but it does look like it is going up there. Quick cooking break to fight for my life. Oh my goodness. And that also got us a hat bag, which gives us a horse head. Oh my gosh, wait, let's okay, this looks a little bit ridiculous. This is so silly looking. Oh my gosh, I cannot take this seriously. Like, it is so silly. But anyways, we do have our potato soup now, and there we go. Our first food that we've cooked down. So many more to go. But now it's time for sleep. I think today I want to focus on getting some cows and sheep over to our area. I'm going to need leather for enchanting, we're going to need food, and we'll also need food for the restaurant too. And we'll start off with cows and sheep, so let's go over here. I did see a sheep over here. Alright, come on buddy. Let me show you to your new home. Yes, we're almost there. Let's go. It's right over this way, and there's going to be other sheep there and all sorts of stuff. Oh, he's dancing. All right, right in here on this side, and now we've got one sheep. Let's go find some more. And well, to make a long story short, I walked around looking for some sheep, and I found sheep pretty fast. I went on a little adventure and I found 3 more, but by the time I made it back to the base, I only had 1 left. I bred up the 2 sheep that I did have and finally got the parrots and the bats advancement, and then I set out into the wilderness to find some cows. I searched around in the plains and even went into the forest, and I saw some deer, which was pretty cool. I also saw some chickens in another portal, and inside the chest I found a golden knife with fire aspect too, so I definitely took that. But what I couldn't find was cows, no matter how hard I looked. And by the morning of day 9, I literally had given up and decided to get some chickens instead. But finally I noticed some cows, so I went over to grab them as well. And then it was time to make the very slow journey back home. On the way, I saw this weird bird, and I was wondering if they were hostile, so when I saw one, I punched it. And yes, they are hostile. Oh, I think he's trying to attack me. What? Get out of here. What the heck? No, come back. Oh my gosh, wait, his homie's pulling up. What? The other pelican followed me and my entourage all the way back to my base, lurking in the tall grass, waiting for its moment to strike. And while I was away, I think I got robbed by a raccoon. I'm not 100% sure. My dog was not watching, apparently. But ultimately, I had to squash the beef with the pelicans because why are they running at me like that? That is ridiculous. And finally, I had cows and chickens as well at my base. And I spent the rest of day 9 doing some chores around the base, like gathering my wheat, harvesting my sugarcane, cooking the pelican meat, crafting some red bricks, and starting to do some of the terrain work to make room for our restaurant one day. Eventually, I might have to do some editing in this area, but that's okay. As long as we get our dirt placed down, that's all that matters for now. Eventually, I ran out of dirt, so I headed off to make a new diamond shovel, and I started collecting a bunch of dirt from this forest, and I saw this really cool dog too. But I placed dirt well into the night until it was finally time to go to bed. Alright, it's day 10 in the world, and in between clips, I've actually decided to go ahead with the aspen for this build instead of the birch. My thought process for this is just that I can pretty much use birch in any world because every world has birch, but I don't often get the chance to use this wood because it's modded. And another thing I want for this build is going to be some azalea leaves, so I'm gonna go ahead and bone meal. Oh my gosh, there's a creeper in the woods. And there's a zombie too. Can I just go into these woods to farm some stuff without getting attacked? Like, this is getting old at this point. Anyways, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I'm gonna bone meal some moss out here just to get some of the azalea bushes. We're gonna grab some more dark oak wood because I feel like we're gonna need just loads of this for the build. And luckily for us, we've got a bunch of bone meal so we can grow up these aspen saplings. Because we're gonna need a load of this for our house as well, and if I like it, I'll probably use it in the restaurant too. I've been getting pretty unlucky with our spruce saplings dropping from trees, that's why I'm doing a single tree. And see, that time I only got one as well. What is going on? Once we have a decent supply, I'll go ahead and make another big spruce tree, but right now it just felt like impossible. And finally we're getting some. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna plant a big spruce tree here, and I'll probably spend the rest of the day gathering some resources for the build, so I don't want to make you guys watch this whole thing. I'll just show some clips and then we'll be on to the next day. Okay, it's a brand new day, and today we're going to start focusing on this morning grabbing some azalea leaves. Normally I use oak leaves, but today I feel like just switching it up and using some azalea leaves because I don't normally use them that much. We also need to make sure that we're continuing to smelt up all of this clay here because we are going to start the build today. And to do that, we're going to have to craft up some more bricks, and we're going to turn those into our red bricks. I am also going to craft a stone cutter. Before we start, we just need to get a little bit of sand for some glass for the house as well, so I'll grab some from this little pond here, or the river, whatever this is. And over here is actually where I want to build today. This is where we're going to be building up our starter house, and of course I didn't clear out any of this area, but that's okay, we can clear it out really quick. And then we're just going to do a little bit of smoothing right here and make this look a little bit nicer. Then I want our house to start back a little bit, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and then we'll start our house from there and bring this across here a couple blocks. And I'm going for a 9 by 11 shape here, and then we're just going to connect up both of those sides. And then we're going to build up this whole bottom section like 4 or 5 blocks tall. I think we'll start with 4 and just see how it looks. I don't want it to be too big because I don't want it to be like overwhelming to the rest of the area, but it does need to be big enough for some storage. Almost out of bricks, but we can fill in the rest of these walls as much as we can. And then we'll also punch out some room for a doorway right here in the front of the house as well. And use those bricks to fill in some more of the back wall. And this is looking good, but that does leave me with one problem. But I'm gonna go ahead here and craft up a sword so we can protect ourselves a little bit better because I do want to use these bricks for the restaurant as well. And it's gonna make the most sense if I'm smelting all of my clay over time rather than all at the end. So we are staying up past our bedtime once again, but that's what you gotta do when you gotta cook. So we'll just head back down into the lush cave that we already know about and start collecting up a bunch of clay. Wait, there's an axolotl, let's get that. Oh my gosh, yes. Now we have a friend. Well, I guess we already had a dog, but now we have another friend. And I'm gonna collect a bunch more of this clay so we can get it smelting for eventual building projects. But yeah, it's just gonna make more sense if we start gathering all of this up now to smelt while we're working on other things in this world rather than starting to smelt it exactly when we need it, because then it's just gonna take absolutely forever. And we only have 100 days. But I've got quite a few stacks, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and look for some more resources like coal and iron because I feel like we're always gonna need that kind of stuff. And we'll need the coal not only for smelting, but also crafting campfires and torches for lanterns, so it's definitely useful to get a bunch of it now. Iron's always going to be useful to us because I am going to need so many lanterns later on. Oh, that skeleton has a backpack. Ooh! Oh, I'm low, and I don't have any food. Whoops. Hold on, let me just box up here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm silly. Oh my god, and there's a baby zombie too. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's break out. I'm dead. I might as well be dead. Oh my gosh. Let's just box up here and put ourselves in a little box. And where is my food? I don't know where my food is. I think I'm just going to sit on the pause screen for a minute. Let my hands stop shaking because that was a little bit intense. Oh, I guess we were down there all overnight because it is now day 12. Did not realize that. Luckily our glass is done, so we can craft up some glass panes, and then I want to craft some of these aspen windows. And then we'll just come over here to the side and pop out some holes for some windows and throw those right on in there. I think in here for the floor, I'm just going to keep it pretty simple, and we're going to go with maybe dark oak. I don't know why, but I just really like the way that the dark oak looks against the brick. It really brings out a lot of that red richness. And we're going to need a staircase up to the second floor. Even though this is going to be a little bit weird shaped, that's fine. No one has to go in here but us. And we'll fill the second floor in with dark oak as well. I probably should have made this 5 high instead of 4 high, but you know, it is what it is. Now between the stripped beams, I want to go ahead and put some stripped aspen and some regular aspen planks in kind of just like a random pattern. Doesn't really have to be anything serious about it. And we'll make sure we leave some room for some windows as well. I don't think I want to use the aspen up here though. I definitely want to bring in another color of our glass. And over on this wall, I'm going to leave a little gap here for a balcony eventually. We should probably get an official doorway in here because it is dark and I don't want any mobs to get us. And we'll fill that in with an aspen door. That's cute. I can't believe it's already day 13 and I want to grab some shutters here. And then we're going to detail the outside of our windows with these, and you can even open these, which is really, really cool. We're also going to go ahead and start building out our roof line here, but I think I want to bring this roof up to like a pointed middle section on the front. Also, I apologize if this is super weird. I don't normally build in first person like this in these videos, but I can't get my replay thing to work, so no time lapses, unfortunately. Honestly, I'm sure that no one minds. Everyone loves hearing me yap. Unless you don't really like that, then I guess that maybe that doesn't apply to you. I don't know. In the meantime, I'm just going to fill in this roof with some spruce. Back here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a chimney out of some tuff and some tough brick that we got down in the caves. And we've got some aspen planks to put our trapdoors on. Because this time I am not burning my feet. And I do have a campfire. There we go. Let's pop out some little bits in the roof so we can put some leaves in it just for some pops of color and lushness. And taking a step back. Okay, this is coming out cute so far. I will say the one thing it needs is to be rounded off in the door area. And ooh, what are these? Chiseled bricks. So we'll go ahead and round that off here with some stairs. And then maybe we can put these chiseled bricks in all of the corners. Yeah, that's kind of cute, right? Just like a little bit of a different texture there. And lastly, I think I'm just going to cover up this transition because it was looking a little bit weird and I don't really know what else I could do without taking some stuff off and rebuilding. That's not how that's going to go. These are going to be upside down because this is going to be the balcony like I mentioned. Next, I think we go ahead and add some lanterns for some lighting around here because it is quite dark and I really don't want stuff spawning right at the house. And with all that work done, it's time to get some sleep. Already the morning of day 14, but we're going to go ahead and start making up some more campfires today. And we'll be using those campfires on top of our windows, and we're going to go ahead and extinguish them as well. And then making a boat with some dirt will give us these flower boxes. And you can place those against the glass panes. Obviously, we don't have glass panes up there yet, but we will at some point. But we'll put these all around the house because we're going to put flowers in all of them. Oh, there's a bee. He wants to go into the house. But speaking about the house, I forgot to fill in these walls when I was doing the roof. So let's go ahead and fill these in. And then we'll fill in the middle parts of our balcony here. And then I'm going to use these aspen trapdoors to give this a nice little kind of railing on the side. And we'll go ahead and do that all the way around. I actually really like this aspen wood. I'm glad that we used it instead of the birch. The trapdoors are beautiful and so are the doors and the windows and stuff. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now for those upstairs windows, I think I want to use some red glass panes, but I want to give them a makeover with the glass blower from the chipped mod. And if we click on this, we can see the recipe. So we need some glass, iron, bricks, and a blast furnace. I think we just got to make some smooth stone for the blast furnace, but we have everything else. So we'll get that smelting up, and then we'll craft up our blast furnace and our glass blower. And then I already have the one that I want to do picked out, so we can go in here, place these in here, and yeah, that's the one. It's called the small red stained glass pane. It really reminds me of the Mizuno's red stained glass panes. Now we can get the flower boxes up here. I think I also want to break off some of this little bit here for some flowers, and we'll put some signs there later, but I really want to start getting some details on the outside of the house now. We need to get rid of our counting blocks, so let's just go ahead and hoe all of those, and then we can make an official pathway over here. Oops, I didn't mean to make that one, but let's go ahead and actually just carve out this pathway. And now to decorate. Alright, day 15 is here, and I think it's time to do a little bit of chores around the base, like harvesting and replanting all of our crops. I want to get all of our stuff moved into the new house today, but we've just got a bunch of things to do around the base first. And I'm also thinking about switching gears after we get stuff moved in and maybe starting to look for some obsidian and stuff for enchanting. So it'd probably be pretty good if I remembered that we had cows for once and actually get everyone bred up over here. And as much as we need the sugar for cooking, we'll also need the paper for enchanting. So let's grab all this. And now I'm gonna just spend some time and take all of our stuff over to the new house, so that way it's not all out here in the open anymore. Actually, I lied. I'm getting slightly distracted because I found my flowers, so we're putting these in these little flower boxes. Aren't they so cute? Like, this is actually so beautiful. But yeah, guys, I'm not gonna make you watch me organize all this because that's kind of like not even really that important. It's kind of boring. So let me do this and I'll be right back. Okay, it took me until mid-morning on day 16, but we've got everything in the house and everything is of course sorted and organized. We've got everything labeled and we brought our dog inside too, but be careful of that blade, buddy. It's very, very close to your ear. I'm kind of scared actually. But today I want to go ahead and switch gears a little bit because I'm going to be looking for some cows like right up here, but also there is a hole over here with a bunch of iron in it and I'm going to go and grab some. Because we're going to need a lot of iron for all the stuff to build up our kitchen. Like there's a bunch of different like roasters and pans and pots and all that stuff that we're going to need. So I think another day down in the caves trying to grab all the stuff that we're going to need will be a wise one spent. But also I want to look for a lava pool down here so we can get some obsidian for enchanting. Ooh, there's some lava glow and some diamonds and a bunch of iron too. The amount of resources I feel like I'm going to need for today's video is actually so wild. And can I just ever mine anything without getting attacked by zombies? Oh my goodness. Oh, we got a little amethyst geode. Actually, this is a pretty big amethyst geode, but we will go ahead and light this up in case we have to come back to it. Gonna just sneakily grab these diamonds before the mobs see me. Oh, there's even more diamonds right here. Sometimes these spots give pretty good loot. Like those were some emeralds over there and I don't have any of those yet. That's kind of nice. Oh my gosh, there's another drunk zombie down here in the caves. Wait, I think he dropped the beer. AK Reserve. Yeah, it's from the Brewery mod. Oh, and I got the hat too. As I mentioned earlier, I still also want to grab some obsidian for some enchanting, but I just love doing this with an unenchanted pickaxe. It is the best thing ever. Oh, whoa, the sounds mod. Wait, listen for it. It sounds like something's like actually breaking in real life. I came down here for iron and I've literally mined more diamonds than iron at this point. Like, it's wild. And where will we get with enchanting without some lapis? Unfortunately, I'm like moving all over because of the water. What the heck? Oh my gosh, regular stone diamond ore. It's been a while since I've seen that. Let's go ahead and just mine this out. I wish I had silk touch, but I don't. And my inventory is full, but I do have a backpack to put some stuff in because I found another skeleton spawner down here, which is kind of funny. But we'll go ahead and take all of this anyways. Oh wow, I did not realize I was down there that long. It's already like into day 17. What the heck? Hello animals, I am home and it is time to breed you guys up again. I was gone for so long, apologies. And we can go ahead and do a couple of chores like replanting our wheat and all that stuff. And here's our backpack of goodies from the stuff that we got in the caves. I'm gonna go ahead and just organize all of this really quick. I wonder, can we place the... Oh, we can! That's so cool! We can place the beer! And let's give it a home right here. Okay, now that we're back and we can really look at the house in good lighting, I feel like it's looking pretty cute. And this is the vibe that I want to bring to the other buildings that are going to be over here, like the restaurant. But so far, it's really, really cute and I'm really liking it. I don't think we're going to start on building the restaurant right away, but I do want to go ahead and start clearing out some more of this space just because this takes so long. Because besides the restaurant, we still have to redo our farm area too. So it's better if we can see all of the space that we have to work with. And I have a feeling that we're going to need a lot of crops to cook up all of these recipes. It's the morning of day 18 and I have come to realize that we have a problem. Breeding up our cows is taking way too much time. Even when I'm on top of it, it's just not going that fast. So I think I'm gonna go on a little bit of an adventure today to collect some leather. Oh, wait, come back, come back! I literally wandered around all day killing stuff and it still wasn't enough, so time to breed up the cows again, I guess. And you know, while I'm thinking about it, I just want to wind a little pathway in through here so I can start thinking about the layout of how everything is going to go, because I think I want this to go all the way over here to the river. I do have a little bit of a planning brain, so I tend to try to figure out where my paths and stuff are going to go very early on. Okay, we've got enough leather for 31 books here today, and that doesn't even feel like a lot. I was literally out there slaying everything that could drop leather. But I figure let's go ahead and craft up our enchanting table, and we can craft up whatever bookshelves we can too. Oh, okay, we had exactly enough for 10. So we've got 10 bookshelves and an enchanting table. Where am I gonna put this? Let's try to figure this out. Maybe over in this corner, we can just kind of curve it around a little bit. We can just drop these last 3 up around the windows and drop our enchanting table down there. Okay, I just found out something pretty cool, and that's that we have access to new dyes in these mods, and one of them is maroon dye that you can get from Spider Eyes. And this maroon color is actually really, really nice and kind of goes along with the bricks that we're using pretty well. So I think I want to go ahead and grab a couple of these for some maroon dye for our sheep. I think it'll just be a nice little decorative accent in case we want any carpet for anything. So we'll go ahead and shear them up as well. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like in the sun after I go ahead and breed all these guys again. But here's what they look like. They are so, so beautiful. And I feel like it really does go with that deep red of the brick. Just like a little hint of that, you know? But I might want also some wood to go along with that, and I don't have anything that color, so I'm gonna go on a little bit of an adventure here and look for some modded wood or some mangrove maybe. And of course, I'm still looking around for some cows to kill. Oh wait, there's flamingos over there. Look how cute they are. I wish I had some leads. I just want to stop and grab this plant. I don't know what this is. This is wild nettle. Okay. But I just wanted to take a moment because I noticed sometimes that I feel like I'm not enunciating properly. But if you guys are noticing that, I'm so sorry. I literally had an allergic reaction to my mouthwash and my mouth is like a little bit swollen and sore. So I feel like that's contributing to that. Ooh, what is that structure over there? Wait, there's like a bunch of beers out here. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a brewery structure. Oh my gosh, look at all the villagers. They're all like lining up at the bar. I don't know. I feel like these might be useful over at our place in our restaurant. So maybe I'll just take all of this stuff that they've got. Maybe just for inspo. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up using it. I'm going to take all of the beer as well because this is stuff that I just don't have to craft up later on. And I'm going to take up the tables, chairs, and the wheat. I don't know if this counts as a village, but there's not a single villager on this entire map that I haven't stolen from. I've been boating on down the river, but nothing to report so far. No cows, no modded biomes that have redwood or mangrove. I need to sleep before it gets a little bit dangerous out here. This looks to be a modded savanna, and that means we're in warm biomes, and there's a ton of mud here, so I'll have to remember that. Let's see what treasure this portal has. Not a lot, to be honest. Oh my god, there's a hedgehog right there on the edge. Let me put my axolotl down. Where am I gonna put this thing? I don't want it to go onto the magma blocks and die. So let me this is horrible. Let me just grab this. We'll put the axolotl down, grab the water. Hey, hello, Mr. Hedgehog, please move. Oh my gosh. Wait, okay. Where did my axolotl go? Come here, come here. You're welcome, by the way. Stupid hedgehog on the edge of the lava. I know it's not mangrove wood, but this laterite block is red and this is kind of pretty. I don't know if it's going to go with the maroon back home, but let's just see. Laterite. Oh, it has a lot of different forms too. It's got like mossy bricks and stuff too. And because I have the backpack space, I'm just going to take a bunch of this. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it, but we'll see. Okay, these water leaves are kind of annoying, but I kind of also like them. I don't know. This is the biggest tree I've ever seen in Minecraft, so this is called mahogany. I'm just gonna take this and see what it looks like. Hello, that was very rude. Very, very rude indeed. No joke, this has taken like a solid 15 seconds. Oh my gosh, look at all the wood! Wait, let's grab those. Oh my god, oh my gosh! This is so many logs, oh my gosh. And let's just see what this looks like. Oh, this is very red. I actually like that. In favor of using the modded wood, I've given up the search for mangrove, but I'm still looking for bamboo because I really want to make some scaffolding to build with, and so far I've been pretty unsuccessful. But I'm gonna look around a little bit more and then sleep. We are well into day 21 and I still don't see any bamboo, even in this jungle. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, but I do think I'm gonna go back. Wait, this is a coffee beans? Oh, that's really cool. That'll actually be quite nice once we get those planted back at the base so we can make some more coffee. And there's some other beautiful flowers right here as well. But yeah, probably gonna head back. I mean, we did find that red wood. That's pretty much the main thing we were looking for, and I can't look for bamboo forever. So I headed back towards the base, and on the way home I found some Farm and Charm tomatoes, and I found some Rustic Delight bell peppers. I gathered up a bunch of sand in the river for use for our windows for the restaurant, but also for glass bottles because we'll need those too. And I even found this cute dog in the woods while I was holding a pork chop, so of course I had to get him in my boat and take him home. On the way back, I continued killing some cows that I found for some more leather, and I had quite a serious heart-to-heart with our new wolf. You know, buddy, back at the base I have another unnamed dog, so I think I want to name you guys something. But I don't know, I was holding a pork chop when I named you, so I feel like I need to have it like be a food name, and also we're a chef, so that would just make sense, right? Eventually, under the cover of this beautiful night sky, I found the island that had our house on it, and I tamed our new dog before it could kill any of the sheep with some bones. Okay, I've decided. You are gonna be Tony Pepperoni, alright? And you are gonna be Paul the Pork Chop, because you like pork chops. What do we think about those names? You know what? I don't even care what the dogs think. I am going to bed. The leather I've collected over the last few days is actually just enough to craft into 15 books, which would make 5 bookshelves, and that's the exact number that we need to finish our enchanting setup. And now with those extra bookshelves, we have a max level enchanting table. We should have, yeah, level 30. I broke my axe on that adventure, so I'm gonna make a brand new axe, and let's enchant that first. Ooh, Fortune 3, Efficiency 4, and Unbreaking 3. Not bad. And I think we'll also go for a shovel here too. Silk Touch Efficiency, not bad as well. But now with the enchanting stuff out of the way for a moment, I'm gonna go ahead and sort all this stuff that we got on our adventure. We've got so many new flowers and tree saplings and stuff, so let me just take care of that really quickly. We've got some new plants, so the first thing is the rice, which we can plant just right in the water. And then we can till a little patch of farmland right over here for the coffee and the bell peppers. It's gonna look a little messy for a while, but that's okay. Eventually we'll make a proper farm. But now with those basic chores done, our new crops planted and stuff, I want to head over to that lush cave where we found that skeleton spawner, because we're gonna need more XP if we want to enchant all of our tools. And I think we're just gonna make this a very, very basic XP farm, no decorations, just a very basic hole in the wall type of thing. So I spent the rest of day 22 into day 23 working on converting our skeleton spawner into a basic XP farm that we could use to grind out some levels. And while I'm grinding away, I just want to take a moment to remind you that if you're enjoying the video, hit the like button. It really does help out my channel. Anyways, by the end of day 23, I had finished up the XP farm and made sure to test that it was all working. And then to get enough XP to enchant the rest of our tools, I stayed here from day 23 all the way into day 25, swiping at skeletons for lots of XP levels. Oh, there's another axolotl. I haven't done anything with the other axolotl, but I still want him. Wow, look at this absolute beauty of a game. I cannot believe I'm playing Minecraft right now. Like, this is gorgeous. Oh, and now that we have Silk Touch, there's a couple of beehives that I've seen in through here that I want to grab with our shovel. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Literally 1 heart, 1.5 hearts. Get away from me. Oh my gosh, creepers are evil. Just let me sleep. Just let me get to bed, please. Alright, I think that was enough adventure and excitement for me, and today I want to take it easy and focus on some enchanting, and there's a zombie right underneath me. Are you kidding me? Please, sir, I don't have time for this. And thanks for your help, Paul. Anyways, let's see what we're gonna get here. Efficiency 4 on the hoe. Either Unbreaking on the sword or Fortune 2 on the pickaxe. I think I'll take Unbreaking on the sword and try the pickaxe again. Fortune 3, Efficiency 4, and Unbreaking 3. That is pretty good. Anyways, like I said earlier, I want to have today be kind of a boring day, so I am going to go ahead and start smelting up some more bricks for later on for building our restaurant. But we should probably also work on some chores like breeding up our animals and taking care of our crops, because we are going to need a good supply of seeds and stuff so that we can plant fields later on for the farm. And honestly, it's kind of nice to have a day where we just do some chill, cozy farming, because that's one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft. We're also going to need some pigs. And luckily for us, they're in complete abundance around the base, so we just got to pull them over and start breeding them. And oh my gosh, look at his little feeties. He's so cutie. Now to leave them in this pen and try not to think about the fact that eventually they'll be bacon. And to keep warding off those depressing thoughts about our pigs and other animals, we're just going to go ahead and keep expanding our crops. Well, not really expanding right now, but gathering more and replanting, because we're going to need a bunch, like I said, to eventually make this into a big farm. Oops, it's now day 28, and I just realized that I forgot to record day 27. This always happens at least once, so let me just run you through what I did. I used the crops and the beef that we've been gathering for some beef stew. It's a few simple ingredients and it gives you a ton of saturation, so it's a really good one. And then over here where we're going to be building our restaurant, I placed down a bunch of dirt to expand this area, and we'll go over this outline in a second, but I even expanded it all the way over this way. And now if we just take a couple of blocks and tower up here, this is going to be the outline of our restaurant. So we've got a little small entrance over here to our left side. And then we've got our main restaurant eating area and seating area. And in the back there, that small box is going to be the kitchen. And then I was thinking over here on the right side, we could have a big kind of open outdoor seating area because we're right on the water. So I feel like that would be really pretty. But we do need to start gathering some materials for our restaurant. And just like with our starter house, some spruce and some dark oak are definitely going to be things we absolutely need. And I cannot go one single time without getting attacked over here. We'll get some more clay smelting up. We also have this mod called the Paladin's Furniture mod, which can use all of the different wood types to make pretty much anything. What we need to make is this furniture workbench. And for some iron and some planks, that's pretty cheap to make that. And then as long as you have the ingredients in your inventory to make the item, you can just go ahead and make them. So I'm making some tables right now for our restaurant. Some of this stuff needs logs and planks, but if you hover over stuff, you can see exactly what it needs. And let's just look at this. This is with the swamp oak that we got in the forest with all those leaves earlier. And I really, really like this. At least we get to use it a little bit, right? And then for our outdoor seating, we have these like picnic looking tables that we stole from the Brewfest event thing with all those villagers. And yeah, I really, really like these. These are pretty cool. And then we also have these benches that we stole too. And we can use these for like kind of like a picnic table outside. The morning of day 29 now, and I'd like to start building up the restaurant today. But to do that, we're going to need some more red dye. And of course, we've got some rose bushes now. And we can craft that into rose dye. What do you mean not red dye? At least beetroot still makes red. And then we'll craft up all of our red bricks. And I think I'll just start taking a crack at this foundation here of the restaurant by building this up 3 blocks. I think it will be higher than that, but we'll start with 3. Normally for big builds like this, I do a little bit of a time lapse, but I unfortunately cannot get my time lapse software to work with one of these mods. So you guys will just have to deal with me making weird cuts and talking a lot. We need to harvest this beetroot for more dye. And we did get a bunch of extra seeds. So I think if we go ahead and make a little extra plot of it over here, we'll have all that we need for all of the bricks. I'm back to 30 levels as well. So let's enchant our sword. Whoa, that is so good. And I think I want to make another chip table as well, the carpenter's table, because I want to use that for some planks for the floor of the restaurant. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Maybe not there, because that kind of blocks the stairs, right? Maybe right here is fine. And then I'm going to click on my spruce planks, and the ones I'm looking for are the stacked ones. Where are those? Right here. And at this point, I decided to lock in for a little while and get the basics of our restaurant built up. From days 30 to 34, this is pretty much all I did. And I'm so sorry, but my time-lapse mod wasn't working with some of the other mods, unfortunately, so I've made just a little montage of all the steps I was taking to get the build done. Watching these clips back is actually kind of embarrassing because my thoughts are so scattered while I'm working on a build that it's hard for me to stick to one thing at a time or finish one thing at a time. My focus jumps around from putting the walls in, to putting a roof on, to lighting up the area, to putting the floor on the inside in, to lighting up the inside. I feel like as a Minecrafter, I've always kind of struggled with this, and it's only continued to get worse over the years as every build has become a little bit more complex and a lot more detail focused. Oh, and in the middle of all of that, I tamed another dog too. I really like my bases to have a cohesive theme, and for this I wanted something warm and rustic. Something that felt like you could dine on a fancy meal, but also still be at home among friends. The contrast between the dark beams and trims, the light neutral walls, and the red brick really brought together the perfect cozy atmosphere for me. And of course, no build is fully complete without getting out of that ugly phase and adding all of the details. Although we are not done adding all the details to this, we will still have to come back and do more. Alrighty, the build's not done, but it's already day 35 now, and I want to take a moment to switch gears and go mine for some iron because I have literally 8 left, and it's not going to make a bunch of cooking utensils. Back when I first made this world, I found an iron vein down in the lush cave, and this isn't it, but we'll take this iron for sure. Ooh, some diamonds, let's go! Even more diamonds. I genuinely cannot believe how many diamonds we have found in this playthrough. Oh my gosh, there's even more diamonds right here. What are we talking about? I'm literally just trying to find the iron vein and I keep finding veins of diamonds. I actually don't think I'm going to call this video 100 days of being a chef. I'm going to call it 100 days of mining diamonds with frogcrafting. I'm still looking for the iron vein from earlier, but I'm completely lost. At least there's diamonds though. Oh, here it is. Here's the iron vein that I've been looking for the last day or so, but it's fine. We're going to mine up a bunch of iron now with our fortune pickaxe. I definitely want to get at least a couple of stacks of iron for all the cooking utensils and stuff that we'll need, but also for lanterns so we can light up the base with something that's not those ugly torches. Even though iron veins have been in the game for a while, I still get so excited every single time that I see one. It's sort of like finding diamonds, honestly. And especially the ability to fortune iron too, because when I first played Minecraft, you could not fortune up iron. I don't know if anyone else remembers that, but I do. Before we head home after grabbing all that iron, I'm just going to stand here and get some skeletons for some XP so we can enchant again. We'll enchant our hoe. Not bad. And another pickaxe. Ooh, fortune 3 again? Are you kidding me? Anyways, let's go ahead and get all of our iron starting to smelt up here. And then we're going to take a nice sleep because we deserve that. Alright, the morning of day 37, and we are putting a roof on the kitchen today because I completely forgot to do that before. Fill in this empty space with some more bricks right here. And we'll fill in the roof with all of our spruce just like the other ones. I just want to say, I hope you guys don't mind that I have been kind of jumping like right into what I do every single day because I don't know, I don't want the days to drag on. In a regular video, I might not show every single day what I do 100% of the time, just the important stuff, but in 100 days, obviously we show every single day, but I'm just trying to show the highlights of every day. And building these chimneys is definitely a highlight if you ask me. And so is decorating our roof here as the sun is going down with some more leaves to match the starter house. Now the next morning I do want to bring these leaves and make a big circle around for our garden for our outdoor seating area as I mentioned. And we're gonna just remove those two really quickly and go ahead and start just bringing around a smattering of both the flowering and regular azalea leaves. There's no real right way to do this. I'm just kind of following what I feel like would be a nice shape for just a couple of outdoor tables. I think I want to do like 4 or 5. To add a little bit of a matching border, because they do match that red brick over there with the mahogany trapdoors, I'm going to add these trapdoors on top of all of our leaves. And we could try to put them that way and like open them up, but I don't think I like that as much. And then on the inside here, I'm going to get rid of all of this grass and all of these other blocks because I want to actually go ahead and put like a custom floor out here. Custom is a silly word. I don't know if I meant custom, but I meant a different floor. I want to do some like packed mud and coarse dirt and rooted dirt and stuff, and maybe some mud brick too. And then at our crafting table here, we can make a trowel, and this will allow us to place random blocks from our hotbar down. But before we fill in that floor, we're definitely going to need some more mud. That was a weird fern. I don't know if anyone else thinks that was weird. There's a lot of ferns like that in the woods, and also a lot of other stuff in the woods like that. Probably like a world generation error, but that's kind of weird. Anyways, we just need more mud. This is a block that I feel like I use a lot for pathways and floors and stuff, but it is such a great texture and also has a great sound when you walk on it too. And with these modded biomes having mud, it's the perfect time to get it because I don't have to make it by hand myself. Good morning from day 39. I'm pretty hungry and there's nothing more that I love than waking up and having a giant bowl of beef stew. It is simply the best thing ever. Now with the blocks that we want to use on our hotbar, we're going to be able to use this trowel to just go ahead and place all those blocks randomly. Truly, the trowel is one of those modded items that I really wish we had in vanilla Minecraft because it does make randomizing floors a lot easier. And with these last couple of blocks filled in, let's go ahead and we'll jump up onto the leaves if we can. And it looks really, really good actually. I might vary up the pattern a little bit, but I think this is looking good. I also want to go ahead and vary up the pathway around here because it is looking a little bit plain. And you know, this dog that is sitting here, I was thinking about this dog. Let's name him Meatball Matty. We're going to dig right around Meatball Matty and we're going to go ahead and just place down a bunch of blocks with our trowel that are the same blocks that we used for our little like courtyard type of area. And then I'm going to get rid of all of these coarse dirt and rooted dirt in the middle over here just because I don't know what's going to go in this area yet. We're going to go ahead and fill this all in with grass once again. And while we have the grass, we might as well also thicken up this little front area out here as well, just so we have a little bit more space for some extra decorations later on. And speaking of decorations, we should probably get in here with our picnic tables and start making a seating area for this place. And we'll bring around some benches for people to sit at. In the middle of our tables, I'm going to add some fences so we can build some umbrellas, but I'm not sure if I want it to be that tall or not. I came in here to do something else, but now I'm putting the bar for the kitchen here, and I think this is where we're gonna have like food being served. And we'll go ahead and close this off with like a double trapdoor. And I added some blocks here to close off the kitchen, but I don't think I like it because you can't see into the kitchen, which I feel like is the whole point. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and remove those. I'll figure out something else for this later. All right, it's day 40, which means it's almost 50% of the way through everything and everything's great. We've got diamonds, we've got buildings, we've been decorating and it's great. But I've only made 2 recipes. So to change that today, we're gonna come into the house and start looking for Farm and Charm in our EMI so we can start looking at the recipes to build up some of this stuff for the kitchen. Luckily, none of this stuff is super hard to craft. It's just a little resource intensive, especially on the iron. But I think we're going to need all these different things to make all the different foods from these mods, so we might as well get it crafted now. Now I'm going to take a little bit of time here and just get a kitchen set up, and even if these are purely decorative, which I thought that they had to be with a campfire underneath, but maybe that's Farmer's Delight. We can use this sink with an empty hand to get water, and then we've got a cooking pot. I made a bunch of these brick counters to match the stove, so we'll go ahead with those. The brewery mod also has these wall cabinets, which I think are just like the upper cabinets in your kitchen. So I'm going to add some of those here and we'll store all of our food and stuff in these. Above the stoves for a range hood, I'm going to go ahead and just rotate these lecterns with the block wrench. And then we'll add some signs for detail. And now with the rest of our cooking utensils in here, I feel like this is a good start on a kitchen. We just got to start bringing over some food. Now the Let's Do Furniture mod has these lamps that I think go on the wall, so I want to try those really quick. You can place these on the walls or surfaces, and then if you shift and click, you can also turn them on, which is awesome. I also really like the way that these look. They're very, very rustic. Over at the front here, let's put a little bar counter for like our host stand. And later on, we'll have to get someone to work behind there to see all of our guests. And the rest of the tables and chairs that we crafted, we can start placing down in the dining room. This isn't going to be super realistic. There's only going to be one big party table, but there'll be some other tables too. Outside, there's a dog fighting a skeleton. What? Hey, buddy. How's it going? All right, get over here, you little rascal. I've got to tame you before you kill all my sheep. I know that's what you were trying to do. And to make him look a little bit different than Meatball Matty, we're going to give him this purple dye on his collar, but where did he go? Oh, there he is. He will have a purple collar. All right, a short while later, and I think I'm finally remembering to work on the umbrellas outside. I should have done this last night, but I was working on the interior for some reason. If you guys have never seen how this works, the string will kind of hang in the air and our carpet will go on top of it. We've got our mahogany slab in the middle and we're putting our white carpet on the edges of the mahogany slab. And luckily for us, you won't really be able to see this string. I mean, only if you're really looking at it, you know, otherwise it's kind of invisible when you're on the ground. Everywhere else gets the maroon wool though, or the maroon carpet I should say, and now that's fully completed and it's got a nice little contrast to the mahogany over there and the red brick. I really like that. And now we've just got to do that a couple more times. These beers can also be placed down, so I think I'm going to put a bunch of these out here just for like funsies, you know? One of my absolute favorite things about modded is just being able to decorate with all the different blocks, like especially these. Now that we have this kitchen almost fully set up, I want to start looking at recipes for the Let's Do mod since there are a lot of placeable foods to decorate our space with. Like this breakfast recipe looks incredible and it doesn't look too hard to make either. We still need to bring over all of our crops and other seeds and other foods and stuff too, so I'm going to grab it all now and just run it over there. I'm going to try to sort it in these cabinets by what it is, like all the vegetables in one, all the fruits in one. One other thing that we're going to need for these recipes is a knife from the Farmer's Delight mod, so I'm going to grab some diamonds so we can craft up a couple of them. But I am just realizing that I do not remember the recipe for these. Is it 2? Is it like this? What do we got going on? Oh, it was like that, but now it's making this. Oh, I am missing a mod. Okay. Sometimes mod creators use the same recipe for different items from different mods, and there is a mod that you can use to cycle between those, but I'm gonna have to download that and add it in between days because, yeah, I forgot to add it when I first added it, so be right back. Okay, so I have installed the Polymorph mod to help us with our problem here, and yeah, now you can see we can cycle between them with this little extra button, and we're just gonna craft up a couple of these knives. And then we'll breed up our pigs. That is a lot of sheep, by the way. I'm gonna have to do something about that. But if we use our knives, we should get more than normal, like loot. I think that's how it works. Oh, we got ham too. And to make the pork into Farm and Charm bacon, we have to put it in the mincer and then just, whoa, it's flying out everywhere. That is hilarious. And we're also going to need a bucket of milk to make some butter. So we'll grab a couple of those. And then we just put our milk bucket in our crafting bowl, and then we should be able to just mix it until it becomes butter. Which I love because this is actually like super realistic on how you make butter in real life. Now in the oven, we're gonna add 2 corn and some butter to make some roasted corn, but it doesn't appear to be cooking without some charcoal, so we gotta add that too. And while that's cooking down, we're gonna mince some wheat to make some flour. And we also need to make some yeast in the cooking pot, but I think we also have to add a bowl for it. And our roasted corn should be done, which it is. And this is a placeable food, so we can place it. Look how cute that is. Oh, I ate it. All right, I've got to make another one. And that's a good side note. If you want to cook with it, do not place it down because you can't pick it up. You can only eat it. Now with some water, our flour, and our yeast, we can use that in our crafting bowl to make dough. And then we'll cook that in our oven with some more yeast and water. Ah, and I suppose we should also roast up our bacon and eggs as well with some butter. If you ever wonder where I'm getting all my bowls from, I'm just putting some logs in the sawmill. Oops, didn't need that many. Let's just shove them all in a cabinet. Okay, and now that our bacon and eggs are done, we've got our roasted corn and we've also got our bread. So I think that we can craft all of those items together. And that makes the farmer's breakfast. And then this we can also just place down. Wow, that looks incredible. Look at the egg texture. That's amazing. The bread that we baked can also be placed down and it looks amazing, but I'm just gonna eat this piece because I don't want that there. But we should place some bread on the tables maybe. And now this was just one recipe and this basically took us all day. There are some easier ones like this salad, but there's a lot here. And it's all very involved and time consuming, which I was not expecting. Now, I do want to get a big cooking montage going in the next couple of days since almost every single element of this takes so much time. Like, no joke, the cooking easily takes like 30 seconds or more in each pan. But before we do that, I want to work on some more detailing so this place can really feel complete before we start cooking. And because I forgot to fill these flower boxes before because my brain doesn't work, I am just doing that really quick right now. And oh yeah, this is coming out real nice. There are a few other details we could add, like changing out some of these for our leaves and putting signs on, adding some flowers around the seating area. We're gonna do roses and maybe some other tall ones. The snapdragons and the gardenias that we found in the woods are also bone mealable, so we'll go ahead and add a bunch of these because they are tall like the roses as well. And then for lushness, we'll just add a little bit of bone meal and maybe break some of the grass and some of the other flowers and stuff as well. We don't want it to be too much. But you know, even with all of these lanterns, it is a little bit dark out here still, so we're gonna have to figure out something for that eventually. The hard work from yesterday really did pay off and our restaurant is looking amazing. So I think I'm ready to finally start cooking. Like I mentioned the other day though, a lot of this cooking is me clicking in and out of menus and I don't want to bore you guys with repetitive content like that. So I think we'll do a couple recipes together and then a montage. So let's start with this tomato soup, which is tomatoes in a water bottle. Let's first grab some water and everything goes in the cooking pot. And while that's going, we'll do some beetroot salad, which is a bowl, beetroot, and cheese. And cheese you make with a crafting bowl and water and milk. So water and milk and then mixing. And then mixing our mozzarella beets in bowl. And that gives us beetroot salad. And I think I'm just going to keep everything that we cook up here. So we've got some rice, we've got some bacon and eggs, we've got beef stew, and we should have some tomato soup too. Honestly, I should have probably made a fridge for all this. We can mince some raw dough for some pasta. And we can combine a bunch of ingredients over here to make some cheesy pasta. So I spent the rest of days 44 and 45 cooking up a bunch of different recipes. This is actually a lot of fun in game since there are so many different ingredients that you need to prep, like a tomato sauce for a pasta dish or butter and cheese as you saw me make before. But it's not exactly the most riveting content waiting and watching all the pans and the menus. So here's just a bunch of clips of me making and placing food for the restaurant. Something that really strikes me in this is how well done the art for the place foods is. I really enjoy that as someone who loves to decorate my worlds. And you can also really tell that the devs of these mods put a lot of thought and care into the recipes too. While not completely realistic, they do a great job of bringing together basic elements of cooking, which I really love. Okay, day 46 already, and I've got a really disgusting looking backpack, so I'm gonna take the morning and go ahead and sort and put everything away. And you know what? The last couple of days I have had an epiphany. So while I was over in the restaurant, Purple Wolf, I was over there cooking up some stuff. I'm gonna call you Spaghetti Freddy. That's the name I cooked up for you. I hope you like it. So now we've got Spaghetti Freddy, and in the back there we've got Meatball Maddie, and we cannot forget our MVPs, our other two dogs, which are Tony Pepperoni and Paul the Pork Chop. But today, instead of cooking, I want to switch gears over to working on our farming area because we are going to need a lot more crops than what we currently have. So I guess the first thing that we need to do is remove all of the old farming area. I always knew that this was going to be temporary, so it's not that big of a deal, but of course it's also raining again right now. I think the earth is just sad that we're removing all these crops. We're gonna need bigger fields for all these crops, so in the long run this is gonna be a good thing. And plus I think it'll look nice if the restaurant has a big farm next to it so you can see exactly where all the ingredients come from. I do want to add some height variation though, so instead of all of this being flat, we'll have a little piece of land in the middle that's a little bit taller, and maybe we can connect it up over by the farm. Or over by the restaurant, I should say. Whoops. It's going to be connected to the farm because it is the farm. So yeah, I'll probably just spend the rest of my day working on this until I run out of grass at least. And that feels like it'll be coming soon because, well, I mean, this is turning into a little bit of a bigger hill, for lack of a better word, than I expected. And good morning from a sunny day 47 where we're going to be collecting up a bunch of grass blocks from across the river. I've been collecting dirt and stuff here. There's a floating tree. It is pretty horrible over here, but let's finally probably get rid of all of this because we just don't need that anymore. And with the rest of this dirt, hopefully we'll be able to finish up filling in this outline that I made yesterday. We were almost done, but not quite there. Oh yeah, we've got more than enough. Actually, I lied. I forgot about this part over here, but we should still have enough. I hope. Oh my gosh, okay, we do, I think. I hope. And while I've been building, I've been thinking about putting a wheat field over where we just were working, and wouldn't it be so cute if there was a cow pen in the middle of our wheat field? And the Farm and Charm mod actually has this adorable little fence called a chicken fence, which I think we can use for our chickens too. It's pretty easy to craft as well. And if we place this down, oh, this looks like pretty realistic. I love this. We're just gonna make this a little bit messy for the chickens so it looks a little bit lived in, you know. Don't want it to look super dirty, but just a little bit messed up. So we'll add some mud and some coarse dirt in here, and we've got some rooted dirt too. I always like to give the ground where my animals live just a little bit of variation so it looks like they were, you know, digging or, you know, laying down in it, whatever. And then I've gone ahead and made like a little bit of a pathway circle here that we can kind of follow loosely with some of these tough and mossy cobblestone and stuff. Not water, but this is going to be our cow pen, and it doesn't have to be exactly on the path blocks or anything. We're just going to make up a nice little cozy area for them. And now with the basic shape in place, we're going to go ahead and add random blocks so that we can make this too high or that the cows can't jump out. Doesn't all have to be too high though, because we can use stairs and slabs and stuff. And we'll just sprinkle in some stairs and slabs around too of all of our different block types. There's not really a right or wrong way to do this. I just kind of put down whatever I'm feeling like at the moment, and if I don't like it, I'll change it after I'm done. The next morning, coming in with another block here, I try to do one of these blocks at a time, so I'll do like all cobblestone, all mossy cobblestone, and then all tough. We are gonna want to get some lighting in here so that way our cows are not scared of the dark. I mean, not that I know anyone who's scared of the dark, because I'm definitely not, but maybe the cows might be. And then just like we did for the chickens, we're gonna make a little bit of a pathway and rough it up with some extra blocks. That way it could look like, you know, the cows are like walking in or people are walking in, you know, whatever is going on. Now this might be a little bit chaotic, but we're going to try to get as many cows as we can and bring them all over to the new pen, and then we'll just get rid of all of the other ones that don't make it. And yes, I mean murder. But honestly, so far so good. No problems, no major concerns, and most of the cows are making their way into the pen. And I think it looks really, really nice in here for them. Unfortunately now it's the time for the other thing that we were going to do, which is murder all these other cows. And now that we've cleaned up all the cow stragglers, we can go ahead and round up these chickens and get them into that chicken fence. Should be pretty easy to do if they just go in there. Yeah, there. Oh my gosh, it's like a waterfall. And I think for the rest of the day, I'm going to go ahead and just start plotting out a little bit of a wheat field over here to go around the cows. So all of our fields will be bordered by a rustic bunch of leaves, and we'll also use some fences and lanterns and stuff. And of course, we gotta use the spruce fences for our fencing, because I don't know what it is about spruce fences that they just look the best and they make me so happy. They're like my favorite thing that's ever existed. Well, besides spruce trapdoors. I am once again completely out of lanterns, so the morning of day 49, that's what we're working on, is crafting them up. Then we'll spread them around randomly on the fence tops. And then we've got a lot of field over here to till, which is why I went and got this hoe enchanted so that it won't break in the meantime, because this is a lot of spaces, I feel. Hold on, I'm also trying to count while I'm trying to talk, and that just never works well, because I'm trying to make sure every single bit of farmland here is moisturized. And now the very long process of planting seeds, which I just did in my hardcore world. I planted like 3,500 of these babies. But the need for a pretty farm in every single world with the most beautiful aesthetics never stops. I am really trying to lock in though, because we have a lot of work to still do. We've got so many other crops to plant, and we've still just been planting wheat seeds. I don't know if anyone else has this when they're playing Minecraft, but I always think that I'm going to be a little bit faster than I actually am at planting and all that stuff. I don't know why. Like, oh, that'll take me 3 seconds tops, and then it's like 3 business days. Good morning from day 50. It's already the halfway point of this video, and I thought it might be a nice thing to do today to reflect on what we've already done and what else we have to do, because I am very, very happy with our area, but it still needs a lot of work. Popping into free cam really quick, we have our starter base over there with enchanting upstairs and storage downstairs. We have a restaurant here. It's got a full outdoor and indoor seating area and a full kitchen and empty upstairs and a little mushroom farm and stuff in here. And that brings us to outside, where we've got the start of our farm with a nice fenced area for our chickens. We've got this kind of broken down rock wall cow pen thing and a big wheat field for all the breads and pastas we'll need to cook too. I do think I want to move the pigs onto this like little triangular strip of land right here, and then maybe we'll move the sheep over here somewhere just so there's some spread between all the animals. And then we've got a lot of land in between to fill with all of our different crops, and I think this area over here I want to add some kind of circular feature, like a garden or a fountain or something. I'm not 100% sure. But before we get into all of that, I did notice some of the recipes need honey bottles, so I'm gonna set up those beehives that we got the other day because I just completely forgot about doing that. And once again, we'll bring in those mahogany trapdoors just to keep bringing that red, that deep, dark, like rich red color to different parts of the base. Plus, once we breed them up and there's a bunch of them around, the bees will help pollinate our crops too, and it'll make them grow a little bit faster. Just make sure to grab that honey, and this other one doesn't have any. I locked in for the rest of the day on day 50 until the end of day 56, where I planned out, tilled, and planted field after field of all of the crops that we had available to us. I even crafted some oat seeds from the bakery mod so that we could plant an oat field. I really try not to montage too many of my days together during these videos since I want to be able to share with you guys the full experience of what 100 days of Minecraft looks like. But with so much of this being so similar and repetitive, I figured it would be fun to speed through these 5 or 6 days that it took to do this. I personally love planting crops, and especially these modded ones are so fun. I can't wait to see when all the fields grow in and are fully done what this is all going to look like. And if you're still watching the video at this time, let me know which crop you'd love to see added to Minecraft in the comment section. Alright, I need a break from planting here on day 56. I'm crafting up some boats because, hear me out, I think I want to go get some villagers from the village over by the Meadow because we do have a mod in this world called Chef's Delight, and we have some blocks over in the kitchen in the restaurant that can make the villagers into chef villagers. And I just feel like having them working in the restaurant when we're not there would be really, really cute. And plus, I'm kind of lonely. This island is very, very lonely. It's day 57 now because I got a little distracted by all these pretty flowers in the meadow. I've just been picking them all up, especially these purple ones. They are so beautiful. But now we're just gonna lure this villager over here with a composter so we can get him to the river and then take the long way around, because there's no easy way around back to our base without using, I don't know, like rails and stuff, and I just don't have that much iron. But we've got him in the boat, and now it's time to head to the river and head the long way around, as I mentioned. But don't worry, I'm not gonna make you watch this because it's probably gonna be quite boring, so I will see you when we get there. Oh, I'm crashing into the land. Whoops. Ah, restaurant, sweet restaurant. We are back to the base finally, and we're just gonna leave this guy here and head back over to the village and get another one. Hey, you doing okay? You'll like it here, I promise. It's already day 58. I fought with this guy almost all morning to come over here so I could get him into the boat nearby here. And it's just actually gonna be a different guy that comes over. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. No. Okay, well, you had your chance of employment, and now you are dead. Oh my gosh, villagers, man. Okay, so listen, the other guy that's at the restaurant that I'm taking you to, he doesn't know that I have a propensity to murder, so I really need you not to mention that I murdered your friend. So if you could just do me a solid, Mr. Villager, and do that for me, that would be fantastic. And now to try to get them both inside the restaurant and not have them get lost or kidnapped or killed or... Oh my gosh, it is so annoying. Oh my god, he's in the pig pen. Oh, okay, it looks like this one's finally going into the restaurant. Please. Oh, he really wants to be a chef. Let's go. Yeah, get right in there, buddy. I don't know why you wanted to live with the pigs, Mr. Villager, but I don't know if you just felt more connected to them or whatever. Oh my gosh, I just placed that in the wrong spot, and now a pig has escaped, and all these other ones are gonna escape. Everyone over here, please! Okay, this is bad. It is nighttime, and I've lost the villager. I cannot find him, and I don't know what to do about that, and I can't even walk anymore because I have no hunger, and I'm eating carrots. I'm just eating raw carrots. Oh my gosh, there he is. Where are you going, buddy? Like, what are you doing, actually? Please get in the boat. You cannot swim back to the village. That's not happening. Whew, okay. Luckily, I've got him back into the restaurant, and now I just gotta get him to take the job in the morning. But oh my gosh, I just want to walk away for a minute. Alright, day 59 here, and for some reason this villager will not take the job on the skillet. Do you think he's sad about being kidnapped? I don't know. But I've decided to call him Luigi and his brother over there with the chef hat, Mario. Okay, I moved the skillet because I think the stove is interfering, which it does look like it is. And he's still upset that I killed that other villager, but let's see. Do we have maybe like a meat trade? Like, oh yeah, the beef trade. That is good. So if we grab some raw beef here, we're going to put that in our offhand and then chop it with our knife on the cutting board from Farmer's Delight to get our minced beef. And now we can trade. I don't plan on buying food from the villagers, but at least if a wandering trader comes by, we'll have a way to trade with them now. Because who knows, maybe they could even have some of the seeds that we don't have, like cucumbers and stuff. Also, while we're over here, a lot of our carrots have grown in because I just didn't have enough to do this whole field, so let's go ahead and replant all of these to try to fill this up all the way. And it was actually kind of embarrassing that we didn't have a dock or anything for our villagers to get off the boat on. So let's go ahead and try to make a little bit of a dock over here too. Nope, actually I hate that. I hate that it's straight. I don't know why I hate that so much, but I hate it. I feel like if we do it diagonally, I'll like it a little bit more. So let's just try to figure out how to make this in a diagonal shape, freehanding it with no help. This is okay, but I feel like it's just a tiny bit thin, so let's go ahead and thicken it up at the base a little bit. And that looks a little bit better, I think. And normally I would do Farmer's Delight rope, but I always do Farmer's Delight rope, so I'm trying something else with some oak fences for like a little bit of a railing on the edge. But I don't like this at all. I actually hate this. We are gonna have to figure out something else because I don't like this either with the single fence. I thought I might, but it's not working for me. Mahogany trapdoors, please save us. Please save us, mahogany trapdoors. I'm not gonna say I love it yet, but I don't hate it. I feel like that is a really important part of this, that I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. You know what? No, I actually lied and I do love it. I think that this came out super cute. Now we'll just place our little boat here at the end, and there we go. The dock is pretty much purely decorative because obviously no one else will be using it but us, but I think it's giving me some inspiration to go ahead and keep decorating around all the fields and stuff now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And while I'm busy with that, I will also be checking on all of our crops to make sure that we get them all fully planted in their fields, because right now they are kind of half planted. Good morning from day 61. Sorry if I have morning voice. It's literally morning for me right now in real life. Anyways, moving on. Today we're going to finish up planting up the rest of our crops, which right here we're going to be putting some bell peppers, but we also have coffee beans to plant as well. But before we start today, I'm going to have to get some more dirt because I don't know where it all goes. I just never have any. I mean, I have crafted some coarse dirt and I guess I've been terraforming a little bit. Oh, was that the hedgehog? I wanted the dirt though so we could clean up this little area over here, get rid of the sand, get rid of the rooted dirt and stuff like that. And yeah, it's looking a little bit messy. I do suppose we could build this up just a little bit more than we had before because it doesn't really matter. And then we'll go ahead and build ourselves like a little field plot, just like we've done before. And with it all tilled, we'll fill it with our bell pepper seeds. Not that we have that many. I did find a place I want to put our coffee beans, but I need a new shovel for some dirt. And wow, this one's amazing. Again, I don't know why I always need dirt in this world, especially because my area is so flat, but I feel like I'm just trying to smooth everything and give myself enough room for everything. And in the meantime, it's just me and my enchanted diamond shovel against the world. And this is my second or third diamond enchanted shovel, by the way. I have had, I think, 3 of them at this point. Now coming over behind our little outdoor seating area for the restaurant, I thought this would be the perfect spot by the water to build our coffee garden. I don't know if it's super realistic for how coffee grows in real life, I just thought it would look nice over here. And a short while later, we are ready to plant up all of our coffee beans, and I love their little stages of growth here. This first one is so cute. The bell peppers have been growing so slowly that I'm actually over here bone mealing them so I can actually get more seeds to start filling this out because I really don't have that many. So it looks like this is probably what I'll be doing for the rest of my evening. With our farm mostly done, I think I want to focus over here today on building up some market stalls. Because we can make these crates and bags of stuff, basically just crafting the crops like a hay bale. And these are just visually so stunning. I'm also going to go ahead and dye a bunch of our sheep rose colored, so that way we can get another color of wool for some of the market stalls. And if we go ahead and just lay these out here with the rose wool and the white wool, this will be one of the market stalls that we've got here. But I love this because it's not the traditional pink and it kind of matches our snapdragons. So let's put a sign here. We'll do a flower stall. And then what if we did another stall over here with our maroon wool? And maybe this one we can make into a crops stall. And then if we bring in some red wool over here, maybe we can do another one. And then for this one, I don't know, what if we did like a baked goods stall or something like that? I think we'll go ahead with this plan to get these market stalls built up because I think that'll be cute, but I've just got to wait for the sheep to grow back their wool for the canopy on top. But I guess while we do that, we can already start building the bottoms of the stalls, so let me go get some materials and then we can start on that. I'm just noticing I don't even have a helmet and the rest of my armor is looking pretty rough, so I think the first thing we're going to do today is craft up some new armor. And you already know I'm going to go for some diamond armor because we just have so many diamonds, it doesn't make sense not to. And there we go, looking protected and shiny. And now that we have this done, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on our market stalls. I'm gonna go with a very simple 7x5 design here with some barrels on the corners. In between all that, we'll get some spruce stairs and slabs. For the supports, we're gonna use these grapevine stems from the Winery mod. And okay, I've tried this about 50 different ways, but whatever I end up doing now, this is the way that it's going to be because I can't keep messing with this. So I'm just doing some dark oak as a little bit of a base here, or a trim, I should say. And then we'll fill in between the lines with our wool. And with a lantern for light, I think that this is a cute little design. I do feel like some banners would be iconic, so just making sure that I kind of liked that before I made a bunch of them and used all this wool. But I think we'll go ahead and put these on both sides too. Now that we've made that first market stall, we can use it as a template and I can build up these other two really fast. I'm kind of starting to worry that we won't even have time to finish everything because we only have 35 days left, which does not seem like a lot. But I'm gonna do my best to finish up everything. I don't know if we're gonna finish everything that I want to finish, but you know what? It's okay. This is a low pressure environment. Honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with this video just because it's always so fun to take a step back and take things a little bit slower and focus on the vibes. And I focused on the vibes so hard that I put the wool in the wrong spot. I just went to sleep and then I realized that we have all these hats I've been collecting and we could actually put these in one of the market stalls, maybe instead of the bakery one. But I need to craft up a bunch of decorations. Oh my gosh, there's so many mobs on fire outside. For our flower stall, I'm going to put all these flower pots and we're going to put as many unique ones as we've been finding. I made these hat stands too to go for our hat stall. And then we can just place our hats on the stands and they'll be visible. Whoops, I accidentally swapped it there. There we go. And yeah, I just brought a bunch of the different cute ones that we have. Switching focus for one moment. I need some spiders for some spider eye for some more maroon dye. Of course, I gotta find these guys with a bunch of zombies and in the water. This is very annoying, but we've got some spider eyes. I think that skeleton has a backpack. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. He's a little bit fast and strong. I'm scared. Is he wearing netherite boots and he's got health boost and strength 4? What? Oh my gosh, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. Please die. I'm very scared right now. I'm very, very scared. Please. Oh my gosh, all the grass. This is embarrassing. I just need him to die before I die. That's all I'm asking for here. Oh my gosh, 31 hearts still. Just gonna keep him right here. He can't get away. Get out of my way, zombie. You're ruining this. You're ruining it. Okay. I did not realize last night that he dropped a diamond backpack. Look how much space this has. This is incredible. Oh, and it looks like he also dropped his helmet. That has protection 3 and breaking 3 on it. That's better than our unenchanted helmet, so we might as well grab that. Now I need to start decorating our last stall here. I want to do like a final reveal of the stalls, but obviously I have been decorating a lot off camera just because it's kind of a lot of in and out of the inventory like this, which I hate watching. And then inside of these trays, I do believe we can put full blocks and they fully render, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a little shopping bag. I'm going to give all of our market stalls a cute little name hanging on an aspen sign. And then if we bring this big squid thing over to our cutting board, we can cut it up and then get glow ink from this. Hello? There we go. And then we'll use our glow ink on the petals and stems sign, the farm fresh fierce sign, and the hat topic sign. But I do believe I'm going to change this into maroon dye as well, so that way they all kind of match. Now with that rainbow in the background, I think it's time for me to tell you guys about a little problem I'm having in this world here on day 68, and that's that I'm constantly out of iron. Right now I have literally 20 ingots and 20 nuggets left in my name, and that's not going to be a lot to keep making all the different things that we want to make, especially lanterns. If you look here, this is pretty much where all of our iron has gone. Plus, in one of the backpacks, we did get a name tag, and I really want to name one of our dogs, so we need an anvil as well. This is a pretty deep and dangerous hole, so let's figure out a safe way to get down here. And then we'll start mining up some iron in a montage. Ooh, some diamonds. There are even more diamonds right here. At this point, I don't even really need them. I just want them. There are even more diamonds right here. I'm literally just looking for iron and I'm completely just finding diamonds. I think I'm pretty much done after I get a couple more veins and kill this skeleton. Just leave me alone. I'm trying to work here. But yeah, I've spent the last 10 minutes caving and mining. I'll probably be fine for the rest of this video with the amount of iron that I have right now. I got lost, but luckily I found a different cave and it is the morning of day 69 already. What the heck? We're gonna get our coal split up here and then we'll start smelting up all of this iron so we can get some iron ingots. We've got some levels, so I'm gonna enchant our armor just so that it doesn't break as easily. And that's not bad. Not bad at all. I forgot that we could also combine our helmets now that we have an anvil too, which is kind of nice. It only is going to cost 2 levels. And then we're also going to name our name tag for our first dog in this world, which was Tony Pepperoni. So here we go, buddy. There is your official name. I've just been putting some stuff away, but I feel like I'm hearing a wandering trader outside, this might be the first time that they've spawned. Yeah, look at that. Nothing that we really need though. We already went and got all of our farm animals and did all of that, but just in case I am going to grab the leads, you know, just in case. While we're over here, we might as well replant all of our coffee and expand our coffee field. And I think we'll have enough to finally finish that off. There we go. All right. Wait, who are you? He's a wandering gardener. What? There's so many cute flowers in here. Okay, the design for these villagers is so cute. I love his pants as well, but I'm just gonna go ahead and buy some flowers from him. And I think I'll spend the rest of the day working on this bell pepper field because I really want to get this done as well since the coffee field is done. I think I'm gonna see a lot of bone mealing in my future though, because this is still not enough to finish up. Whew, and a short while later, we are fully done. But just like always, we are having a completely full backpack of just random stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that right now. Alright, day 70 and we have a new problem in this world. While putting stuff away last night, I realized that we're almost out of azalea leaves, and I know we just mined a bunch of iron, but I don't want to make shears. I really want to get silk touch on a hoe. So I think you guys know what time it is. We're down in the caves and we're heading to our skeleton spawner to swipe at skeletons for some levels again. And I'm just going to stay down here until I have a bunch of levels to go back and enchant with. So I spent the next hour or so down at the XP farm, all the way from day 70 past day 73 even. I was actually doing this while I was watching a show on my other screen so I wouldn't get bored, but while I was down here I even killed a bunch of skeletons that had extra backpacks that dropped for us. And once I was past level 40, I decided to leave. I really hope this is going to be enough levels to get silk touch. I mean, obviously we'll have multiple tries here, but we'll also be able to finally enchant our leggings too. Now we can be lucky and just get silk touch on the hoe, but we can also try and look at what's going to go on a book as well. And it doesn't look like silk touch is anywhere here. So let's just try this and we'll try again and again. Oh, silk touch. Oh my gosh. Oh, thankfully. I just grabbed the rest of my iron so we can finally enchant our leggings as well. And that's pretty good. Protection 4 and Breaking 3. Not bad. Not bad armor indeed. It's going to cost us some levels to combine our 2 enchanted hoes together, but for only 10, I think that's worth it. And in one of those backpacks from the spawner, I got another name tag. So we're going to name our dog Paul as well. There you go, little buddy. Wow, day 75 already. It is 3/4 of the way through this challenge, only 25 days left. I feel like I am getting a little bit scared that we are not going to be done. Ever since our first cooking montage, I have known that we're going to need to do another 1 or 2 more cooking montages, but I wanted to get the farm done, and now it's 30 days after that. I think that this video has been a delicate balance of trying to cook all the foods, trying to farm all the crops, trying to do all these little things, and also trying to decorate. And speaking of decorating, I think I've finally decided what I want to do with this little circle of leaves here. As I mentioned, I was thinking about making it a fountain, but I actually think I'm going to make it a flower patch, especially because we just got some new flowers. So I'm going to just fill this all in with different rooted and coarse dirt. No mud in this because you can't plant flowers on mud, unfortunately. I wish you could. Well, you can on regular mud, but not packed mud. And then we'll just come in with all of the different flowers that we have found throughout this playthrough. I want these all to be the tall flowers. And maybe we can use these new ones we got from the Wandering Gardener, even though they're a little bit purpley. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And once again, I am sacrificing a bunch of iron to make a bunch of lanterns. And I haven't been showing it as much just because it's kind of boring, but trust me, I've been over here gathering some dark oak and some spruce whenever I need it. And a lot of that wood that I've been gathering has been going towards making fences so I can continue on working on the pathways. I know we were mainly using this kind of design for the barriers around the crops, but I honestly really like this outside of farmland too, so we'll be using it along the pathways to separate our spaces and add lighting as well. This area over here by our starter house, I'm gonna just make a temporary pathway, but I have some plans for over here for later on. I'm gonna build something very special here. And we'll have to put some more fencing over by the market stalls, like the farmer's market area. I really like how this place is coming out though. It's super cutie. I think it would be better though with a couple of extra tables over here. And for these, we're just going to build up some that mirror the tables that we made over at the restaurant. And then of course, because I cannot stop myself, I'm going to also add some coarse dirt and some rooted dirt and some mud over here because we really need this to look lived in and walked around, you know. All of our pathwork is just the regular azalea leaves, and I want to use flowering too, so that's what I'm going to work on today. And just like clockwork, it is raining once again. At this rate, it'll probably rain on day 100 too when we're doing our final walkthrough. I just know it. I do suppose while I'm walking around doing this that I could also do some chores like breeding up our pigs and stuff. Here you go, little buddies. Eat up. Oh, I completely forgot about these Farm and Charm onions. I should probably expand these as well. I've been working on the corn and obviously the bell peppers and coffee and stuff, but I forgot about these. And speaking of corn, the Cultural Delights corn that we have up here on this upper section is also almost finally done. And to end off this very long rainy day, I'm just going to be bone mealing around the paths just for some lushness and grass. I think today I want to go ahead and build a lean-to over this little side of our starter house here because this wall was looking a little bit plain, I noticed yesterday. And we'll fill that in with some dark oak. And underneath here, I'm just going to put a bunch of stuff. It's not really going to be that useful to us, but honestly, it's just about the aesthetic, truly. And I think something like this will do just fine. I'm also going to work on a little bit of path work today because our paths are looking pretty bland, I won't lie. One annoying thing though is that I'm completely out of mud and I need to go get some more. So I probably will do that tomorrow, but today I'm just going to finish up working on this little section. I'm going to use some diamonds to repair my fortune pickaxe too. Day 79 here. I know I'm kind of rushing through these days, but I promise like not a lot's really happening. It's a lot of grinding and a lot of really boring stuff to watch. In fact, I'm only showing you guys that I'm collecting the mud so that no one yells at me in the comment section is like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that you cheated all that mud in, because I definitely didn't. I mined it all. I think this area over here around the market stalls could definitely use it as well because it looks a little bit weird with all the grass, right? And we'll just go in with a mix here of our rooted dirt, coarse dirt, and we've got some packed mud, but we also want to get some packed bricks as well, or mud bricks as well. And I think that'll be a nice little floor over here to signify that people are standing and in and out and stuff all the time over here. And I'm trying my best here to decorate all of this very quickly, but also being intentional about the details because I don't want to mess anything up and realize on the last day that I absolutely hate it. But so far so good. We're doing a great job on all this and I really like how it's all coming together. The pressure is on today because it is day 80. We have 20 days left in this world. The last week or so in this world, we've really been upping our decoration game and I'm really loving how this is all coming together. I love how the seating area came out over here. The market stalls are such a cozy addition to this whole place, but the next thing we really need to work on is cooking. But cooking is a little bit more complex than just throwing stuff into a furnace, so we've got to collect all of our crops so we can prep everything. So I think today I'm going to take the entire day and just get everything set up for tomorrow so we can start doing a big cooking montage tomorrow and try to make as many recipes as we can. Of course, that means I'll also breed up our animals one more time. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do much with the strawberries because I think they're mostly for the bakery mod, but I'll still go ahead and harvest these too. Picking them off the vines is just so satisfying. We are definitely going to be needing a lot of onions. Did anyone else not like onions as a kid, but now that you're a little bit older, you love onions? Because I put onions in literally everything now. Okay, small detour the next day because I realized while I was doing my prep stuff that we don't have any sugarcane planted anymore, and we also don't have any melons and pumpkins planted either. So I think I'm going to put both over here behind the restaurant because I just really don't have anywhere else to put all that stuff. I hid a water source under the bricks of the building, so now I should just be able to till this in a checkerboard pattern to plant our melons and pumpkins on. We're not really going for maximum efficiency here, but I am going to plant them in like an every other one kind of way, just because that's what I always do. These are all of the crops that I collected from yesterday, which is absolutely a ton, so I'm going to go ahead and put them all away in the kitchen. And then it's time to prep up some more ingredients like I mentioned. We'll probably need tons of flour, tons of yeast, dough, pasta. I should probably also make some extra butter too while I'm thinking about it. Alright, so I've got most of the prep work completely done, and anything else we can just make as we go, but I'm gonna go ahead and start our cooking montage here. And then we'll see what else we can get done after that, but let's go. I devoted the rest of day 82 and most of the day on day 83 cooking recipe after recipe from the Farm and Charm and Candelight dinner mods. Like I've said in previous cooking montages, this is a lot of fun in game, but visually it's a lot of clicking in and out of different cooking utensils. A lot of the foods from both of these mods can be placed, so I placed a bunch of them on the picnic tables outside and collected the rest of them in a cabinet for later consumption. There are a bunch of different advancements for cooking up all the different types of food from some of the mods, and eventually I ended up cooking every single meal from Candelight dinner. Getting the Gourmet God advancement also gave me some decorative banners. Ooh, okay, apparently this gives us fire res in a radius of 8 blocks around it, but I don't really care about that. Let's just hang one up for now, and maybe we'll hang the other one later, but let's put it right here behind the host stand. I was going to continue cooking today, but we've got a little bit of a problem. I want to complete all the Farm and Charm recipes too, but we don't have enough barley to finish it. Somewhere along the way, I have picked up exactly 2, and we can look for this wild crop, or we can get the seeds from Savannah villages or barkeeper villagers. So I'm gonna go and try to find some. Worst comes to worst, if we can't find that, we can always make a bunch of things from the Farmer's Delight mod recipes, because we have a bunch of different recipes over here that we haven't cooked up yet either. And the first place I want to check is over by that brewery area where we had all those villagers in the tent. Do you guys remember that? That was like so long ago. And we can just go ahead and tower up here and just kind of look around, and I'll even zoom a bit as well. But I haven't seen anything yet, and I'm still not seeing any of that wild barley. I did just remember that we can make a nature's compass though, so we need some redstone. And here that is. Then we can just craft a compass, and here is the nature's version of that. And with this we can search for a savanna. And then start search, and of course there's one right over here which we knew about, but hopefully it'll take us to another one once we get a little bit farther away from this one. And while I'm searching around for different savanna biomes, I'm still looking for the barley and villages. I don't know, this is like a modded version of a savanna. It does say that it's just a savanna, and sometimes it's an oak savanna, so I don't know if villages actually spawn here. This tree is super cute. I would love to plant this back at the base. I feel like this would be the perfect addition to the farm and stuff. Oh my gosh, look at all those beautiful purple flowers. I'll stay up all night in the rain fighting mobs for these. And I gotta grab some of these ones too. These are gorgeous. And to make a long story short, by day 86, I still hadn't found anything, so I decided to start heading home when I spotted a village on the horizon. But unfortunately, it was not a savanna village. It was a nature spirit village, and it had a bunch of interesting loot in there. Just unfortunately, nothing that we were needing. I did try to trade with one of the villagers by making a bar counter, but he would not take a bar job, and I didn't know if it was because he was like a modded villager or not. And eventually I decided that I would just go kidnap a villager near home and started the very, very long journey back to the base. I hadn't seen any cod yet, so I collected some from the ocean since I knew we'd need some for Farmer's Delight. And I finally spotted my first piece of bamboo 86 days into the playthrough. I collected the cherry tree just in case I'd need that. And then of course went up and collected the bamboo, but also I collected some of these sugi logs. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I hope I'm saying it right. And then on the way home, I got super lucky and I found a villager just like on this little island by himself. I don't know how he got here, but I was like, I'll just take you home with me right now. Now, before I let him loose to do whatever he wants to do, I am going to build a little box around him. Hopefully he will take a barkeeper job. I don't know why the other one wouldn't, but take the job. You want employment. You want to sell me barley seeds. I know it. I can see it in your eyes. I know that you want that. Take the job. I don't know what that villager's problem is. He doesn't want to take the job either, so instead I'm planting those cypress trees all around. And hopefully by the time we are done planting all these trees, he will have come to his senses and wants to be a barkeeper. But genuinely, I'm liking these. Luckily, I have some bones on me from all this bone meal to tame this dog over by our sheep, because why are there so many wolves out here? I have to save our sheep. And now I gotta start thinking about another name for this guy. Alright, I just got back from a creative world where I can also not get a villager to take the barkeeper job, and the one that we have obviously hasn't taken it either, so I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give up on the barley for now, I think. But we have this dog over here, and I was thinking about naming him Cheesecake Carl. And to set him apart from Meatball Maddie, we'll give him a coral collar. But yeah, we're not going to be able to finish Farm and Charm because we don't have enough barley, but we can finish Farmer's Delight. So let's go jump into that. Cooking in the kitchen with Mario and Luigi became my #1 priority for the next 4 days. From day 88 to day 92, I spent a bunch of time working on the Farmer's Delight, Rustic Delight, and Cultural Delight mod recipes. I didn't end up finding all of the crops for all of these, like I was missing cucumbers and avocados and stuff, but I still cooked as many of the dishes as I could. And just like with the Candelight Dinner and Farm and Charm mods, cooking in the Delight mod series is really great too. There's a lot of fun prep work like chopping vegetables and meat, and so much of the food is actually placeable as well, which is really, really nice. The one downside about these mods, just like the other ones, is that watching the food cook is kind of like watching steak cook in a furnace. It's not that interesting. But the huge variety of recipes that you can make and the creativity of the mod authors really has me hoping that one day Minecraft will add a cooking and farming update as well. And oh man, 4 days of absolute grinding. It was over so fast, but I had so much fun making up all these different foods. And let's just take a quick look around. There are so many extra foods that I've placed around here. I know I'm not quite at the end of this video yet, but I highly recommend playing with these mods if you've never played with them before. I also added some more foods around here that I placed down. My favorite one is this cheesecake over here though. Of course, we've got the classic shepherd's pie over here and this cool rice roll royale. And I even discovered that you can make coffee, which I knew about, but I made the coffee finally. And when you drink it, you actually get effects. So you get 1.5 minutes of speed and haste. Our food cabinets are full to the brim of all the different kinds of foods that we've been making. Like genuinely, I don't think I'll ever have to cook again. But with only 1 week left, I want to focus over here and do a dog house for our dogs. And honestly, I'm just going to grab some bricks here and start winging it because I don't have a lot of time left. I don't want to plan this. I just want to get something done, but hopefully it'll be cute at the end. We'll get a roof trim on this so we can start putting a roof on. Because our puppies deserve to be dry in the rain, and with the rate that it rains around here, it could literally happen at any second. I made some pet bowls from the Farm and Charm mod, so I'm just going to throw those around over here. And before we go to sleep, I'm going to go ahead and work on the pathway over here and get this all figured out so that our puppies have a nice little pathway to walk on when they're going to their house. But probably this is more for me than for them, honestly. I'm trying to think of all the loose ends I have to tie up, and well, this villager that we kidnapped from that random island is definitely one of them, so I'm probably not going to have time to figure out what to do with him. I'm just going to build him a little house over here. After the doghouse, I'm out of bricks, and I don't have time to go get more, so I'm using tough and mossy cobble and cobble over here as the base for this house. It's going to be a little bit different. This actually might be closer to a starter house than any starter house I've ever built before. And to make it match the rest of the area, we'll fill it in with the aspen as well. I'm really trying not to overthink this small, like 5x7 thing, but you know, it is what it is at this point. We've got to get this done. Maybe to make this one a little bit different, we can make a little bit of like a front entry and a porch. Ooh, and we can also make this different by using some of these sugi logs. I hope I'm still saying that right. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments, but oh my gosh, that is beautiful. We'll definitely use that. Wish I would have always had that. The speedrunning is not stopping though because we have to put a roof on this thing, and I'm gonna have to sleep soon too because it's getting dark. To bring in some of that red color over here, I'm gonna use the mahogany for the roof, but I feel like it matches the red brick enough that it kind of is fine, right? We can finally get rid of this old box back here and just completely remove that from sight because it's ugly. Then comes my favorite part where we start decorating the outside of this place and make it look a little bit better than it currently looks. Add on some window shutters to match the other houses as well. Can't forget to add those campfires. And maybe adding a mahogany railing out here out of trapdoors will really help this place come fully together. I don't really have time to care if it doesn't though, to be honest. We've got a lot to finish up. Inside we'll get some flowering azalea leaves just to give him a little bit of color and life in here. And yeah, this is your place now. And I'll give you a barrel so you can get a job too. I just need to sit down for a minute because I feel like these days are going so fast and I want to enjoy the ambiance before day 100 just a little bit. Today I want to do something that I've been putting off for a while, so let's go ahead and go over to the front of our restaurant, and I want to put down one of these bakery signs. And then if we click it, we should be able to edit the text on it. And there we go. Welcome to Mario and Luigi's. Our hostess stand needs a typewriter and we're going to give her a sign too. And now with that fully filled out, our cow hostess is in a good spot. I want to hang up our completion banner back up here and then maybe one outside too. I mean, I know it's not a Michelin star, but maybe there's some kind of prestige to hanging it up outside. And I'm going to take these paintings that I've crafted up and add some final touches to the restaurant with some artwork because I feel like it was missing just a little bit of atmosphere in here and that will really help it. Oh, that's cute. The task that I've mentioned earlier that I've been putting off is decorating this upstairs level of the restaurant, but I actually think I have the perfect idea for what I want to do in this space, and that's make some bedrooms for our chef villagers. It's a little bit of an awkward space to decorate because of the windows and the doors and stuff where they are, but I'm trying my best here. I'm gonna make a couple of sofas for them because they need a place to unwind and relax after, well, I don't know why I tried to do more red. I thought I grabbed the orange, but they need a place to unwind and relax after a long shift in the kitchen because I know it sucks. And I'm only saying that because I have worked in a restaurant before and the actual job itself is not that bad, but customers are terrible. So our chefs definitely deserve a place of zen, tranquility, happiness, vibes, whatever we want to call it, okay? They need a place that they can just come and relax. And I can't give them any TVs or anything, so they get books instead, which is probably better. They are going to need a place to sleep, so I'm going to make them each a bedroom, and this is going to be Mario's bedroom. It's a little bit bigger than Luigi's, but I can't really do anything about that. He's not only the head chef, he's also the older brother, so he just gets the bigger room. I don't make the rules. And to fill this empty space over here, we'll just add a pile of stuff, because that's what I always do when I don't know what to put somewhere. We'll add some flowers for decoration around here. And then finally we'll add some hanging lanterns over here. And of course I cannot reach that one, even though I could place the chain there. That doesn't make any sense. I think this little living area for the villagers is done. I realized I never finished detailing the outside of the restaurant, so I'm trying to finish that up right now. And when I don't know what to do with something, I usually add lattice and a window. So that's what we're doing right here because I just don't have time to overthink this right now. And if we just take a step back really quick. Oh, ow, ow, ow. There's sweet berry bushes everywhere now. But that looks so much better. And of course, we've got to do it on the other side too. That way this side doesn't look messy compared to the other one. I just realized that I forgot to add a doggy bed in here for our dogs in the doghouse, so I'm doing that right now on day 98. They've got to have their own little doggy bed. My dog has like a bed in every single room of our house because he loves to lay on a comfy pillow, you know? So hopefully this is comfy enough. Between the sheeps and the dogs, there is this space right here, and I thought this would be the perfect spot to put one of our new flowers that we got on our last adventure. And I have confirmed that you can bone meal these, so we will fill this entire space over here with these beautiful foxgloves. I absolutely love these. In the shaders, the sun catches the petals so beautifully. I actually am gonna cry. These are so pretty. We need these in vanilla Minecraft. I'm so serious. In any empty spaces along the path too, I'm also going to sprinkle down some of these lavender bushes as well. Maybe some more over here towards the water, just to add another bushy pop of color. Oh no, it's day 99, which means we only have this last day to finish up all of the odds and ends that need to be done in this world. I genuinely don't understand how it's gone by so fast, but here we are. Let's lock in and get our last little bit of stuff done. And of course, you know, I'm gonna fix up my pathways, especially over here by the doghouse. They really need it. Just so that this all matches with the rest of our area over here. It definitely has to be done. And we got the area with the dog bowls too, which is looking a lot better, but I do want to go ahead and take our bone meal, and I don't want to bone meal past these lavenders that we placed here. Those will be like our border, but I want to bone meal in the front of it a little bit. We need to add some more lanterns for some more light over here so it stays nice and bright for our puppies. And then let's move Cheesecake Carl for now so we can actually work on bone mealing in front of the house too. I can't really push you further in there, but there you go. You're in the doghouse. That's fine. I feel like this is what I always do at the end of every project is just bone meal a bunch around, but it really does help fill out your areas and make them not look as empty. And I don't know if I'm going to regret this or not, but I'm going to take out a huge chunk of this path block and replace it with the pathway blocks that we've been using on the edges just to make it look a little bit more interesting. And you know what? I don't think I regret this at all. I think it looks a lot better and a lot more interesting over here. So much of the farm pathway still needs work. Oh my gosh, what have I been doing? I feel like I've been doing pathways for so long, but I guess I just didn't do over here. How is it possible that the sun is already going down? We still have so much to do. At this point, let's just try to get most of it done, and then whatever we don't get done, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is at this point. Okay, yeah, the sun's going down. I think I've pretty much done all that I can do here. All that I have left to do is to go to sleep one more time, and I'm gonna do it in my bed instead of the sleeping bag, because I've earned that. Let's go! Day 100! We made it! I'm so proud of us. It was a long process to get to this point, and throughout the edit, I definitely noticed that I didn't take enough time to show you guys every single area in detail, so I definitely want to take some time and do that today with a final walkthrough of our area. Starting from the river, if you were boating along and saw this area, you could come to our small cozy little dock over here and be immediately greeted by our beautiful farmland. Over here, we've got a bunch of free-range bees that are producing honey bottles for the different recipes that we need, and I think this was a perfect amount of bees for what we needed for this playthrough personally. Next to our bees, we have the backbone of every Minecraft world, the cow, and of course we have our giant wheat field as well, which gave us all the wheat we needed to breed our animals, but also for the dough and flour and stuff. It was a lot of fun to plant this. Across from them, we have our pig pen, which is a little bit messy inside, and it's got a bunch of pigs in there, and they've got carrots next to them so I can breed them up pretty easily. On the way back to the chickens, we have oats and potatoes and strawberries back here, and I love this little chicken fence. I think this is so cute and funny. We've got both kinds of tomatoes over here from Farm and Charm and Farmer's Delight, and then same over here, we've got the onions with the Farm and Charm ones. Oh, that looks a little bit different. I guess that they have some random modeling. That's cool. I've never noticed that before. And same thing over here, we've got our Farm and Charm and our Farmer's Delight corn. I never ended up finding the lettuce from the Farm and Charm mod, but we do have the cabbage from the Farmer's Delight, which was able to be used, and then we have melons, pumpkins, and sugarcane back here as well. And of course, our big coffee field over here. And then to round out our crops, we have our beetroot, and we have our bell peppers over here too. Building such a unique farmland for me was so fun. I really hope that Minecraft one day adds more farmable crops because I really want more stuff to grow in vanilla Minecraft. And then over here we have our starter house, which is just a very small little place that we basically used for storage and enchanting and smelting, but I did decorate it up a little bit down here because it was looking a little bit messy. And since we're in here, I'm going to put down all of the backpacks that I got this playthrough. I've got so many, and I even have one on my back still, but there's just been so many that I've received, and I just want to throw everything into them. Oh my gosh, no, it's just started to rain. Are you kidding me? I literally called it. I literally said it's going to rain on day 100. Didn't I say that? One of our newer additions into our area is our doghouse here, and now our dogs are not getting rained on, although Tony Pepperoni is out here begging for food, so he's definitely getting rained on, but there's nothing I can do about that. One of my favorite things we built was this little circular pathway with the flower garden in the middle. I don't know why I love this so much. It's just so nice to walk around. Then we have our big field of foxgloves, which I wish I would have added coarse dirt to the bottom of, but I just didn't have enough to do the whole thing, and I don't have any gravel, so just didn't have time for that. And then we've got, of course, all of our sheep over here. Then we have our farmer's market area, and I forgot to put stuff on the tables. Oh my gosh, I just completely forgot to do that. Whoopsie. I'm really proud of our market stalls and their witty names. I love the different hats that we were displaying, and of course the different foods or crops as well. My favorite one though is the flowers one, because we are able to display so many of the different flowers that we gathered through this playthrough. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them are here. And then we have this small house for this villager over here that became a fisherman instead of a barkeeper, which, you know, hopefully he has a fun time living on the river catching all his fish. And then finally we come to the main part of this whole playthrough, which was our restaurant here. And this is Mario and Luigi's. I absolutely love this place. We've got an outdoor seating area and an apartment upstairs as well, and I am just so happy with the restaurant. And if we go in here, we've got a beautiful restaurant with lots of cozy atmosphere, and the very first thing you see is our hostess, which she does not have a name yet. I forgot to name her completely. There's lots of cozy artwork on the walls, and I really like these paintings from the Nature Spirit mod. They look so beautiful. I would paint these if I could. And then back here, we've got our Chef Mario and our Cook Luigi. And you know, even though Mario has a cooking hat, well, it's not as cool as mine. This is probably the most important room in this entire playthrough, and it's where we cooked all of these foods that you see placed down, and even more that we ate or have stored away for later. And we made all the food out here too, except for the beers, which we did steal from the Brewfest event thing over where those villagers were, but I'm still really happy with all the pies and everything that we made here. Up the ladder, we have a villager apartment here for the two brothers, and this is just a little vibey place for them to relax after work. And there's some water coming through the ceiling, unfortunately, because there are some leaves up there, but that's okay. I love this little seating area with the bookshelves over here. Maybe they have like a little villager book club or something, who knows? Mario also has some books in his room and a big painting and stuff. He's kind of artsy, but Luigi is a little bit different. He's got a gardening plot in his room, and he likes to take care of plants in his spare time. I slept upstairs in Mario's bed. I hope he doesn't mind, but it's day 101 now, so there's only one thing left to do, and that's to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had so much fun with this playthrough. I'm a little bit bummed out that we couldn't finish all the recipes that we wanted to, but I feel like we did so much in these 100 days that I can kind of look past that. Normally when I play with these mods, I just make the easiest possible recipes like the beef stew, but it was really fun to kind of see and explore all of the different things that these mods had to offer. And now this is the mandatory part of the video where I ask you guys to hit the like button if you enjoyed, consider subscribing if you're new and want to watch more of my content, and leave a comment with your favorite part of this video. This video took me over 1 month to make, and all these things you can do to support me are free and mean the world to me. But yes, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much once again for watching this video. I hope you guys had as much fun watching it as I had recording it. This is our last video of 2025. And now I'll just wish you a good rest of your day and say bye!